Hello, welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. Come join the party. Let's talk about some law of assumption, manifesting your reality. We manifest all the time. Hey, all love. Hey. What you laughing at, all love? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, you just put random emojis in. Oh, okay, okay. That's good. Once we realize that we've been manifesting all the time, it's not as difficult as it may seem. I know we make it sound like, oh my goodness, it shouldn't be taking this long. Where is it at? All of that, all of those going ons. Hey, Eileen, you said, what do you do after you spiraled? Give yourself some grace. Do you beat yourself up? Stop beating yourself up. Forgive yourself. Don't condemn yourself. You're saying the unwanted thoughts that appear get so they're not hard. Start telling yourself that it's easier. You know, all you have to do is just change your mind. When you recognize it, that's your power. Your power is in the awareness. As soon as you recognize that you started thinking negatively, you started giving over to negative thoughts, change it. There's no reason to feel guilty. There's no reason to beat yourself up. We're not living in remorse or regret. That's just old thoughts. That's just the old state trying to rise up again. And all you got to tell yourself is that, oh, I recognize I'm doing it. Now I have the power to change it. Because nothing you can do can keep your desire from manifesting. You've done the meditation. You've done your affirmations. Whatever your technique is, you've already done it. It's already solid. It's done. Tell yourself it's done. Hey, Noreen, welcome, welcome. Yes, that's what forgiveness is key. And to forgive only means to give forth that which you desire. It's not about apologizing. It's not about living in regret. It's not about shame. It's not about remorse. That's not what forgiveness means. Forgive literally means to forget and to give forth that which you would like to receive. Oh, you're welcome, Eileen. Hey, Deanna. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. The manifesting questions. We really do have to be easy with ourselves. I know sometimes, these thoughts can seem like they overtake us. We're still in control. Remind yourself, you got this. It's okay. So what, you thought a couple of negative thoughts? Okay. Not think a couple of positive ones. Don't let that deter you. Don't let it have power over you. Just revise it. That's what repentance is. You want to use the art of revision as taught by Neville Goddard. Never accept any experience you don't like. Just change it. It really is that simple. No judgment, no condemnation, none of that. Just say, oh, I realize I'm doing it. Let me stop it and change my mind. Oh, what class is this, all love? You got a classes that talk about transforming your thinking? That's so cool. What class are you in? Okay, so Noreen, you said, since manifesting my bestie back, I've been feeling a bit anxious, negative thoughts coming up a lot. I'm having negative what if thoughts about our friendship like last time. Okay, so do you feel like unworthy about this friendship, Noreen? Have you put this person like on a pedestal? Or have you in past relationships found it difficult to maintain relationships? So you're basing everything off of previous things? Because if you're using old relationships to determine the new, that's the issue. We never bring old baggage into the new state, right? We never bring any old baggage. So this is where you're going to have to soothe yourself and remind yourself that it's okay. You're a great friend. You're a great friend. And because you're a great friend, you deserve a great friend. Your friend is a mirror reflection of you. That's why self-concept and self-love is so key. When we focus on loving us and saying that we are the ultimate, right? We are the ultimate whatever, whether it's business partner, whether it is an entrepreneur, boss, babe or lady or man, whatever it is, marriage, we're the best spouse, whatever it is, tell yourself how dynamic you are and you are going to see that reflected back to you. Hey, Eileen, so you said, can you explain everyone as you pushed out and how you create your reality? Because I'm having a hard time with that. Okay, everyone, it's kind of like I was just saying with the self-concept, everyone is you pushed out. I really was going into that, Eileen. Everyone is your mirror. You have certain beliefs, we all do, about everything in our life. We all have a certain mindset. We all have certain assumptions, preconceived notions about ourselves as well as other people. So everyone as you pushed out is just a person who mirrors what you already believe to be true. That's why it's important not to see people as low vibrational, not to see people as toxic, not to see people as better than you, not to put people on a pedestal. Because when you look in the mirror, what do? You look at yourself in the eye. Everyone you look at, you should be able to see eye to eye. Why? Because they're mirroring you. It's your reflection that you're perceiving. So never have anyone up here and never have anyone down there. Eye to eye. Self-concept is key. Then you'll truly understand what everyone is you pushed out is. Oh, really? All of them. The psychology makes sense. But the math class? Okay. Okay, the math teacher is talking about the mind? Nice. Oh, you're welcome, Eileen. You're welcome. Oh, they know about LOA to some extent because they had a meeting about LOA, but only for first gen. Oh, you're welcome, Noreen. That was that helpful, Noreen? Like if you really took a self-assessment of what a friendship looks like what your expectations are regarding the friendship. Have you done that mental assessment without judging it, without criticizing it, but just seeing what it is friendship really means to you and how you show up as a friend? Because how you show up as a friend is how the other person is going to show up. The class had a student presenting telling us to stay persistent, have grit and resilience. All right, all love. Okay. Exactly, because it's not even really about her. It's all about you. It really is all about you. We're not here to change other people, right? We're just here to make sure that we don't think negatively about others, right? We're here to always operate from the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So if you find yourself thinking negatively about your friend, just stop. Just don't think about don't think negatively about them. Hey, Dream Woman, welcome. So I was thinking about what you said yesterday about having faith and trusting in my decisions. I was thinking about, yes. Hey, oh, you're welcome. Hey, Zoe G, welcome. Say, continuing that story from yesterday, I intended a certain person on TikTok knew about LOA. Now they say they do mirror work. Oh, wow. Okay, all love. That is awesome. That is so awesome. Yes, Noreen, you got it. You got it. You manifested it back. Now enjoy the friendship. Just stop overthinking, no over analyzing it. Just be easy with it. Just be free with it. Because it's all good. It's all good. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Dexter. Yes, I am. Hope you're doing great. Have you started your new job? How's your new job going? I know you said you got offered a new position while you were on vacation. Yes. Eileen, did I answer you regarding the everyone that you pushed out? So we're manifesting the fundamentals. Oh, okay, Noreen. Okay. Okay, yeah. Oh, I'm so excited for you too, Dexter. That is so awesome. Yes, yes, yes. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yes, when we get our manifestations, when we get the thing we've been desiring, right? We have to know that this is something we asked for, right? So let's enjoy it. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it. Let everything play out with ease. I used to think about that when I used to date before I met my husband. How when you're dating someone new, you try to think about how they should act, how they should be, what you're going to say, what you're going to wear. I learned when you just go with the flow, things just fall into place. It's when you start trying to see how it's all going to fall into place is when it doesn't fall into place, because you start over analyzing and overthinking, and then your expectations become up here, and then that's a way for you to get disappointed. But if you expect that everything just works out and you really ain't got to think too much about it, and you just going to be you, and they have to love you because you love you, that makes it more easier and much more enjoyable. Yes, Noreen, keep those thoughts in check. So what if you're a good friend and you have experienced 3 different heartbreaks from friends? So Zoe G, we have to look and see how we played a part in that, right? Because your friends are mirrors of you. They're reflecting you. What was your concept about a friendship? How did you show up as the friend? Right? What do you believe about friends? What are your expectations when it comes to relationships? See, a lot of times we expect people to be better to us than we are to ourselves. But when you treat yourself with love and respect and honesty, you don't have to worry about attracting someone that's going to be opposite that. No, what you give you comes back to you. Always. Hey, Ayla, welcome. So you say, how do you detach and let go of the past? This is what we call repentance and forgiveness. Repentance means to change your mind about it and see that there's no such thing as a past. The thing that you're thinking about now. And guess what you get to do? Think differently about it. You get to not see it the same as you saw it those many years ago. You get to take full accountability for the parts you played in that interaction and forgive you, which means what? Choose to forget all of the hurt, forget all of the pain, forget all the things you thought went wrong, because you probably don't have a really good memory about the past, and you're trying to fill in gaps, and you're holding on to something that does not serve you anymore. So in order to detach from the past, you really have to be willing to forget the past and remember it differently. Give people the benefit of doubt. understand that people only did what they did based on the information that they had, and so did you. You had a different mindset back then. Now you're operating in a different state. You can't bring that old into the new. You're a new version now. Operate from now. That's why the Bible teaches you not to look back. Those who go forward cannot look back, or you stay stuck there. Hey, Chloe, yes, law of assumption. Whatever you assume to be true will be true for you. It goes an assumption, though false, though you have no evidence or proof of this belief, if persisted in, shall harden into fact. No regret, Zoe G. No regrets. We don't live in regrets. You were being the best you could be. When people think that they're too giving, it sounds like you were doing it expecting something in return. Like you weren't truly doing it from your heart. It's like, I'm only doing this because I expect you to give it back in return. Never do anything begrudgingly. Everything should be done in love and from your heart. If when you're truly doing it from your heart, how another person reacts doesn't even bother you. But if you're doing it expecting them to act just like you did, then now you're making relationships transactional. Relationships aren't transactional. Relationships should be built in love. And love is free. It's free, not non-transactional. But when you give in order to get, when you give, it automatically comes back. Give freely, you receive freely. When you give conditionally, then the friendship is now conditional, it's now transactional, and that's not love. Yes, Rain. Yes. How you doing, Rain? Hello. Is this Mawathia? Hopefully I said that right. What is sin? What does it mean to sin? Yes, Chloe. Forgiveness for yourself. Yes. Letting go. That's truly what forgiveness is forgetting, creating a new memory, giving yourself a new state, living from a state of acceptance. Oh, Crystal, nope, don't get disappointed. Continue to see it as the perfect nose. Continue to tell yourself your nose is beautiful. We're not looking for signs. We're expecting that it's already done. Oh, you said you need, yes. You have to, overcoming anxiety comes from wanting to be in control. That's where anxiety comes from. Thinking that you can control every aspect of a thing. No, trust that everything works out. Everything that your higher self, the higher mind, the power that sustains this universe is able to give you an easy flight, an enjoyable flight, is in control of everything. You have nothing to worry about. It's all taken care of. Yes, Crystal. That's it. You say that's one of your favorite quotes? Okay. You're welcome, Ayla. Oh, yes, Chloe. Yes. You said, Maya, and we have to be able to not carry other people's problems and make them our own. Right. No, we're not responsible. The only thing we're supposed to be thinking about others is seeing them in their highest ideal. When you think of others, you think of them in a loving way. See them as prosperous and living the life they desire to have, regardless of what's actually going on in their life, regardless of what their current reality is showing them. See them in the highest ideal. That's the best gift you can give someone, is seeing them in the state that is the ideal state. Exactly. No one has the power over us to hurt us. All power comes from within. Hey, Miss Millionaire, welcome. You say, yes, I'm learning that people really have the capacity to change. It's not fair to say they don't. Exactly, because just like you can change, they can change. Everything can change. That is not true. Exactly, Noreen. No. Because then what? Where's room for repentance and forgiveness? Yeah, we do things from pure love and intentions over here. You heard? Yes, Chloe, exactly. Oh, thank you all, love. But that's it. That should have been enough. That's what you wanted. Zoe G, why do you want more than that? Why did you want more than friendship? Yes, give freely. You receive freely. Oh, Chloe, yes, that definitely would be nice. That definitely would. Look, the fact that you're thinking it, that means it's out there. The fact that you have that in your mind, that means it's a possibility. Exactly, Crystal. He said, how do you attach from expectations? Here's the thing with expectations. Yes, you should expect the thing that you've asked for to show up. That's what faith is, right? Faith is the substance of things hoped for. Hope literally means a certitude of expectation. When I'm saying expectations in the other scenario, I'm saying about thinking that people have to show up a certain way in order for you to feel good. We don't put any extra burden on someone else to make us happy. Happiness, peace, joy, love, good, all that comes from within. Until you are happy, nothing else around you will reflect that. Everything else is mirroring you. So that's what I mean by expectations. Stop thinking that people are responsible for your happiness. No one is responsible for your happiness but you. No one is here to make you feel good, to make you feel loved. We don't wait to get in relationships to feel loved. We don't get in relationships to feel wanted. We don't get in relationships to feel anything. We do all this from within. As within, so without. That's why self-love is the best love. Like I was saying yesterday, the greatest love of all is learning to love yourself. That's the greatest love. Exactly, Chloe. And don't take other people's energy, programming, and limiting beliefs personally, right? Because there is no other. There's only God. You say, is there something different about manifesting an SP versus a thing? No, everything comes to you based on your perception, your assumption about it. What do you assume about an SP? How do you think about people? Regardless of who it is. Because the manifesting the SP and a thing is all based on who? You. It is all based on your self-concept. Who do you say that I am? He said, my bro and I've been falling off for a while. I changed my thoughts and we talk. Yes, Miss Millionaire. Yes. Awesome. Yes. Love that. Exactly. Release, knowing the how. The now is not your work. It's already done. Well, then, the friendship you should have. Then why did you feel that you were giving too much? If the friendship was all that you were looking for. Be the friend you want to show up in your life. You said you manifest your SP to have a role in voice acting. Oh, he's an air actor. He's an actor, but this time it's behind a character. Oh, nice. That's amazing. Yes. SP is specific person. a specific person. Yep, whatever that person, whatever you're looking for. Right now, you have to stop looking at it as a betrayal. You have to now see it differently. That's what's going to allow you to let go and experience relationships differently. As long as you continue to see that they hurt you, you'll never get past it. You have to let that go and take accountability that it was your thoughts, it was your beliefs, it was your assumptions, it was your preconceived notions that brought that experience into your life. That's the only way change really comes. Total accountability. Hey, Rhonda, welcome, welcome. Hi, Marcus Garvey, welcome. Hey, Creole Conjure. I was looking for you. I could not find you on TikTok. I was looking for you. Let me follow you back. I kept typing in and your name would not come up. I was looking for you, Creole, because I didn't even want to post any of your videos without tagging you when you came up on my live. And I was like, okay, I'll have to wait till she come back so I can follow her back. Oh, no problem, no problem. No, I'm just saying I was looking you up on TikTok and I can only remember the first part of your name and you wouldn't show up. And I'm like, I'm like, this is not who I'm looking for. So I posted it on YouTube, but I wanted to share some of the clips on TikTok and I didn't want to share it without tagging you in the video. So I'm so glad to see you. How was your vacation? Say, dream woman, if everything is based on assumption and you can change your assumption about a person, at what point do they remain their own person with their own traits or are cons just a reflection of our beliefs about them? Right. Now, here's the thing. Like I said, we're not here to change anyone. We're here to change ourselves. You never get with the person to make them over. That's not love. The only thing you should be changing is thinking negatively about them. You want to see them at their highest ideal. You want to see them get all of their desires in this world as well. You want to love their humor, love the way they dress, love everything about them. You want to love everything about them because you don't want anyone coming into your experience to change you. Do unto others as you will have them do unto you. You're creating the reality that you get along with everybody, regardless of how they show up. You're not getting with people to nitpick and make them over. Like, oh, I don't like this about them. Oh, I don't like that. Everything you say you don't like about someone else, you're really saying you don't like about you. That's why it's about changing your self-concept, changing your thoughts. We're not building robots. We're not automatons. When we think of others, we should be thinking loving thoughts, not saying, oh, I wish they were like this. Oh, I wish they were like that. Oh, they just need to be a different right here. No, you need to be different. You need to change. You need to stop thinking less of others. You need to learn how to think the best of others. You need to learn how to enjoy people for where they are. Oh, yes, Creole. Oh, that was beautiful. Yes, yes. Oh, I know you had an amazing time. Exactly, Chloe. Yes. Yes. Hello, Princess Latoya. Welcome. Right. Yeah, someone saying they're so nice and sweet is not changing a person. That's not changing a person saying someone is nice and sweet. That's changing your perspective of the person. They may be not nice and sweet with the next person, but their interaction with you is a nice person. They may be hell on wheels with somebody else's interaction. You're changing your perspective about them. You're seeing them from your point of view. But if every time someone comes into your experience, you're pointing out things you don't like, you're only pointing out what you don't like about you. It should be, I get along with everybody, regardless of what mood they're in. I give people the benefit of the doubt to be frustrated, to be angry, to not be in a good mood. I give people the benefit of the doubt. How they act ain't got nothing to do with me. Say, I always introspect when I get too irritated with another, giving away too much power. Yes, Princess Latoya, yes. I know you didn't, Creole. I know you didn't. Right, no, right. See, we put too much focus on the other person. Got to take the focus off the other person. The focus is all about you. If you're ever thinking about other people, you should just be thinking of them in a loving way. I pray that they're doing well. I pray that they're successful. I pray that all of their needs are met. All right? I pray they get every desire of their heart. Oh, you say you use those words to draw favor for promotions? Oh, yes, Creole. Yes. Oh, thank you, Duchess Delusions. Welcome. How are you? I say people were like, every time I turn around, you getting promoted. Right. You say, hey, I got the magic potion, right? I got the magic words. I got the magic elixir, right? Yes. He said, why do you feel drawn to some people over others? That's just natural. Some people you're just going to vibe with more than others. Yes. But why are you changing your assumptions about another? That's what you have to ask yourself. Ask yourself, why do you prefer another person, one person over another on a date? That's a question you have to ask yourself. What is it about this person that you like over that person? Maybe I think they're just more attractive. Maybe I just have better conversation with the other person. Maybe the other person is just more chivalrous. You know, when I met my husband, I wasn't meeting him saying, oh my goodness, if he was only this way. Oh my goodness, if he would just do this thing differently. No, that's what made it so easy. We were so accepting of one another. It was easy conversation. He made me laugh. We're attracted to one another. He's very chivalrous. I don't touch a doorknob when I'm around him, and I don't drive a car when we're together. Like the most chivalrous man I've ever met. And all I said to myself before I met him was that I deserve a good man because I'm a good woman. That was it. I got a provider. I got someone who knows what chivalry is. Now, some women ain't with that. Some women like, I can get my own door. I can drive my own. Nope. I love being treated like a queen. I love being treated like you don't touch this. You don't touch no garbage. You don't touch no doors. You don't drive no cars. I got you. Every door is open. Always, every seat is taken out. Getting flowers, like he just brought me flowers, calla lilies and roses the other day. Just because. I hit the jackpot. I know I did. But that was because I accepted him as he is. I didn't get with him because I knew I knew I had changed. Because I had changed, I knew I was drawing that same energy into me. I'm scrolling back up, guys. You said, you said, so Princess Latoya, you said, why do some people go out of their way to be around people they don't like? Like they're always criticizing but won't just leave, right? Right. If it's not your vibe, don't force yourself to be around people that's not your vibe, right? Where you gonna just really sit around in judgment. No, because how you judge others is how you're going to be judged. Right. Hey, Monty Jack. So I've watched your lives a few times and logically I get it, but I need help staying knowing. So you need help with the knowing. The knowing comes through experience, through practice. It's like before you even come into this knowledge, you were already manifesting. And you knew when you said that you were going to do a certain thing or get a certain thing or have a certain thing, there was no question in your mind. You knew it was going to happen. It's the same thing. The law doesn't change. It's the same way. We all have that peace, that stillness, that calmness, that relief, that knowing that, yeah, I said this was going to happen and it did because I knew it was, I just knew. It's the same thing now. It hasn't changed. It's just now you're going to be more aware. Now you can consciously create as opposed before you were doing it, but you didn't know that you were doing it. You didn't know that just you saying it was the reason why it happened. Now you know just you saying it is the reason why it happened. But it's the same process. It's the same law. It hasn't changed just because now you're more aware. Hey, Princess Latoya. So everything is you pushed out. That means that everything that comes into your experience, whether it's a person, whether it's a place, whether it's an idea, whether it's a thing, is all based on your assumptions about it. We all have assumptions. We all have preconceived notions. We all have beliefs that we were programmed, conditioned into thinking and believing. And so your world is showing you that. Oh, thank you, Fighting Rooster. Hey. So everyone that you pushed out is your world, is your mirror projecting or reflecting back to you. Yes, 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 Miss Millionaire. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, Mia Slay. Yes. Oh, thank you all, love. Yes. They say, I struggle with controlling my temperament in a world of chaos. You got this. You don't have to struggle anymore. You're going to learn temperance. You're going to learn how to control your mind. You're learning to control your mind. You're mastering your mind. Yeah, so the desired has already happened. But how? You don't want to try to think about that. So, because when you say knowing it is happening as I desire, are you saying that you have the desire or you want to know the steps to get the desire? Because you'll never know the steps to get the desire. Your only work is to believe you already have it. So how do you go about believing you already have it? You're asking yourself the question like, how does my world look? What's different? Is someone congratulating me? You know, or you're just saying to yourself, man, it's amazing to have this thing. Man, it's amazing. Or you're saying, isn't it wonderful? All right. Or you're just saying over and over again, I have this. This is who I am. This is the person that I am. I speak it. I claim it. So shall it be. Yes, yes. Good evening, Fighting Rooster. Yep, Miss Millionaire, that's it. You say, Keisha, you say, what can you do about resistance? Know that it's a part of the experience, and learn to trust and let go. The reason why you're resisting is because you're worrying about the how. Just live in the end. Trust that everything is working out for you. No matter what's happening, it's all working out for you. No matter what's happening, it's all working out for you. Because what? The works are finished. Creation is over. There's nothing to do, just be. Oh, you feel anxious or nervous about it, but that's because you want to know the how. Anxiety is all reaped and steeped in control. You have to learn to let go. Let go of the how. The how is not up to you. It's already done. Trust the process. Know that everything that you've been desiring is making its way to you. It's already done. It will become visible in a time you do not know, in a way you do not know. But it's always on time. Always on time. It always shows up exactly when it's supposed to. Hi, Constance. What do you mean by manifesting justice? What does justice look like? Because we can manifest whatever we desire. There's nothing impossible. Just know that the thing you're desiring for another should be what you will want for yourself. You added me to join the live? Is that what you said, Creel? You said you added me to join the live? Okay. Thanks. Yes, you're welcome, Princess. Peace and love, Black Goddess. Hey, TMJ. Welcome, welcome. You say, Monty Jack, I have the desire, but when I affirm, I feel nervous and anxious. Okay, so you don't accept that you actually can have it? Thank you, Zoe G. Are you having difficulty with believing that it's already done? So that's where meditation is key. That's what meditation, now you have to do the mental work. That's where the action takes place in your mind. Now you just have to still your mind, get quiet, get calm, and remind yourself it's already done. If that's all you want to say during meditation, and meditation does not have to be an hour long, 45 minutes, 2 minutes, 5 minutes of just getting in a quiet place, getting in a relaxed position, whether that's sitting in the lotus position, whether that's laying down on a bed or in a comfy, or sitting in a comfy chair, whatever's comfortable for you, and getting quiet. Maybe you like instrumental music to help you relax, and just tell yourself it's already done. It's already done. It's already done. Because that's all you have to remind yourself. There's nothing for you to do. It's already done. Hey, Aaron, welcome, welcome. Oh, you're welcome, Keisha. You don't have blocks. You're just telling yourself that. Stop telling yourself you have blocks. Yes, everything always works out. Yes, yes, Creole. Yes. Oh, you're welcome, Monty Jack. Anytime. Anytime. Yep, with God, all things are possible. There is nothing impossible to God. To the Christ within, all things are possible. Yep, sit back and chill. Yep, we got to learn to be still. That means stop trying to think about what to do. There's nothing to do. Go about your day normally as you would. Do things in a natural, normal way. And at a time you think not, in a way you think not, it just shows up. You said I did because I know you said you wanted me to join. When you wanted. Oh, okay. You said I don't see the request. Did you put a request in? Oh, thank you, Zoe. Welcome, welcome to the community. We're glad to have you as well. Oh, thank you, TMJ. Say, love your lives. They're very educational. What time do you come on daily? Don't want to miss them. Oh, you know what? It changes every day because I'm a football head. I love it's football season. So on the weekends, like Friday through Sunday, is usually sometime during the day. Monday is usually somewhere between 2 and 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Tuesday and Wednesday is usually between 5 and 7. But I think you can just put the notification bell on so you can get, a reminder that when I am live, you can just come on through because it does change every day because of football. I have my lives around football. Hey, Sporty, no, manifestation is not the same as taking action. The action happens in your mind. Manifesting is automatic. It happens automatically. Everything you do is based on your own personal beliefs, your own personal belief system, your own assumptions about life. Everyone has different assumptions about life. So when I say that, Sporty, so if you think that in order to make money, you're going to have to work a 9 to 5, that you're going to have to work overtime, that's the only way money can come into your experience, then your subconscious is going to create that reality for you where you're always going to have to work in order to bring money into your experience. Now, for those that understand that you don't have to work in order to bring money into your experience, you can, I'm not saying that it's wrong to have a 9 to 5. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that will be the only way money can come into your experience. There can be other avenues in which money can come in. You can get it from an inheritance. You can get it from sweepstakes, from lottery, as gifts, unexpected. Money can just come and you don't even know where it came from because you know that money is not necessarily attached to a job. But a lot of people think money is attached to a job, so that's the only way money can come into the experience is through that job. Not to say that you shouldn't have careers or work jobs. That's not what I'm saying. But broaden your consciousness and know that money can come from many, many avenues. Don't limit yourself in ways money can show up for you. But if that's the only way, then that will be the only way for you. And so, yes, you will naturally, because you already think, well, in order to pay my bills, I gotta work. I must have a job. So guess what? Your experience is going to show you, yes, that's true. You must work to get a job and then to get money. And so then when you're not working, you're freaking out because, oh my goodness, I don't work. Where's the money going to come? I don't have a job. How am I going to pay my bills? Where's the money coming from? That's when people start freaking out because they think that the only way to get money is through a job. And so when they're not working, they're stressed out. That's why you want to change your mindset when it comes to money and comes to wealth and abundance. Hey, sometimes I feel like I know it's here, but I'm lack of I move when I still have the abundance in the state I'm making money. Yes. Oh, it's already done. It always works out for you. You're manifesting in a time crunch. It's already done. Your conscience is intelligent. And as long as you accept that you already have it, the things that's going to happen is going to show that it always happens in the time in which you needed it. Always. You got to have faith. You must have faith. You must believe it's already done. Okay, Creole, did you put in? Okay, you got it. Okay, Creole. Did you put in? Okay, you got it. We're going to have Creole join us.
Hello. Hey, everybody.
Hello, Kiara. How are
Hey.
you?
I'm wonderful, dear. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Mm.
Yeah. So you went on an amazing trip, huh?
I did, honey, and I manifested it by mistake. I actually wanted to go. I'm going to tell you something funny. I was manifesting to go to a area that was near it and was looking at the pictures of that location and ended up going to that location instead of what I was actually manifesting,
Ooh.
if that makes
Okay.
sense.
Okay.
So
But
like
we know it's no mistakes. No
I was
mistakes.
envisioning I
Right?
was
No mistakes. You was envisioning.
Right.
You
I
had
was
your focus
envisioning
there.
myself being in this place like what I did was like I went on YouTube. Like YouTube is one of my favorites to manifest, and I'll share this with you. I went and researched what the people sound like, what they talk like, what the restaurants are like, and everything. And it was something that came up, and I was just like, you know what, I would like to go there. So I screenshotted it. And when I read the comments, a couple of people listed it to be another place, which is Alexandria, which is like, it's not that far. I think it's like an hour distance. So I didn't go to Alexandria. I ended up going to the Great Niles, but the pictures that I screenshot and put up were the Great Niles.
Mm.
So that
Wow.
shows you the power of what those pictures would do for you. And see, a lot of people think that you're supposed to have words on your vision board. And I tell people to get away from that. Put the pictures, because that's what's going to
Mm.
keep your vision there. Because I feel like sometimes, because so many of us have different definitions on what a word can mean, like a lot. When I hear people say, oh, I want to manifest a lot of money, you weren't specific. What do you mean by a lot? Because depending on your beliefs, what may be a lot of money for you may not be a lot of money for someone else.
Mhm.
Or in generally speaking, it may not be. So I tell people to be as specific as possible so that way you can have exactly what you want. Like you can't say, oh, I want a car. Okay, next week you may get into a car accident. You're going to get a car, which it may be a new car to you, but it may not be the new car what you meant when you said new. So power of words.
Oh, yes.
Think
Yeah.
about what you want, and if it's something you want, like when I manifested my truck, and I just got it a year ago. The truck that I manifested was a Cadillac Escalade V,
Okay.
and it was on special order. And they kept telling me how long it would take to get it, and I said no. One is gonna pop up somewhere, and guess what? One did.
Ooh, yes.
Hey, Mariah, girl. Hey, girl.
Hey, Mariah.
And speaking of Mariah, I was coming down Poplar, and they stopped me all the time in that truck because I'd be rimming. I'd be like, because I can remember in my dream, I was just like, when I get it, I know how I'm gonna drive. I know how it's gonna sound. And that's how I manifested it.
Oh,
And what
nice.
I did was I would go on YouTube. I'm not gonna tell you no lie. Go on YouTube. It's no secret to it. I said, "Ooh, I wonder what the seats feel like. I wonder what this." So I read and studied the specs. I printed it.
Mm.
I printed that. I printed the truck. And what I would do is right before I would go to bed every night, I would envision in myself starting it up, like going to my door. Like I knew I had it where it would be remote start. So what I would do is I would imagine myself pressing the button and hearing the truck start up, and then I would look in my driveway and always see the truck there, even though it wasn't there. So you have to be the Lulu to get what you want. Like you're only going to get more once the thought comes into your mind, once you accept that you want more.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome. You're good with visualization.
And then you have
Good.
people say, well, I've been trying to manifest, but I have resistance and I have blocks. You claimed them.
Yep.
You slowed yourself down.
Yep. That's all. Just telling somebody in the chat. Nope.
You
There are
slowed
no
yourself
blocks.
down.
Stop saying that.
You don't manifest with time. Time is just something that they used to keep record for something to take place.
Mhm.
That's what my professor taught me in school. That's what Jay used it for. It's not, and she's actually a psychiatrist. Like she talks about, the law of polarity, the push and pull,
Mhm.
the different laws where she's talked about the book of the Mahayat. She's actually someone that's close to Erica Badu, and Erica actually came and spoke at the event. And I'm telling you, like so many of our people that we look at every day, people we listen to on the music, in the music industry. They drop gems and tell you that they manifested these things. Taylor Swift is one of them. She said she envisioned herself getting an award put in her hand.
Mm. Yep. Kanye West, same thing. Yep.
And people say, well, what if I struggle with the vision? A lot of people, I feel like they're hurting themselves because they're jumping from video to video to manifesting gurus that really have just jumped on the train themselves and they don't know, and they're creating more limiting beliefs. Well, what method can I do this? Well, if I write this 3 times a day, or if I write this 55 times to do the 555, you have all these methods that they're putting out that are confusing everyone. And what I try to tell people is just start saying it. Like when I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is I express gratitude. And then I express gratitude for the things that are coming, because the word tells you that once you ask in his name, it is done.
Yep.
Asking you shall receive, knocking the door should be open. And in Mark 9:29 tells us that because of your faith, it will happen.
Yep. Speak.
Because of your faith. Like I had a young lady in one of my groups and she was struggling with work from home jobs. And I told her, I said, well, here's your problem. You're not going to get the work from home jobs that you want because you continuously say, it's so hard to get it. You made it hard because you said it, girl.
Yep.
Okay.
The power of the word. People don't know death and life really are in the power of your tongue.
And, and for those that are new, to share something quick with you all, I was going to the cancer center in Germantown, Tennessee. And, they gave me 3 to 8 months to live. I left there and went to a restaurant downtown by the name of Bayou. I had wings. I had me something to eat. I didn't think about it because I knew that that's not where I was willing to end my destiny, because that's what you spoke and told me. I don't care that you told me that 50% of people, even if they're found at stage 2, that there's a 50-50 chance that they won't survive because how aggressive it is. Right. I'm from Nashville, so you familiar with Memphis, Tennessee, German Tennessee, Keisha, yeah. And every time I would get my treatment, I would say I'm healed. Like I would speak to my cells in my body. Like there's someone by the name of Dick Gregory, if you all are familiar with him, and he's not for the faint of heart. He's not weak. He's aggressive. He will cuss you out of your limiting beliefs. I promise you, if you go watch him, he's not going. That's one thing that I missed this lifetime that I hate, is I didn't get a chance to meet him. But he was someone that would come up on my feet all the time when I would be doing my treatment at the cancer center. And he was one of the ones that reminded me daily to keep going. And he would say, when they told him that he was going to meet his demise, his son said, well, how are we going to tell Mom? He said, what am I going to tell her for? Why? So she can worry and create that that's what's going to happen? He said, you sit up and you tell that many trillions of cells in your body that you're going to die. If you accept, you're going to die. I was just studying something with a mortician that has been a mortician for 34 years, and she has no reason to lie. She told me, she said, girl, she said, I had a lady that was going through the same thing you did, and I kept telling her what you were doing. And people don't think it's so simple. It really is that simple. They have told us that everything is mental, but they didn't go into the details and elaborate on why everything is mental. It's how you respond to it. Are you looking for it to go wrong? Well, guess what? That's what's going to go wrong. Are you looking for things to improve and go better? That's what's going to happen. That's why gratitude is so important, because you have to look at what you have. It's your everyday life is something somebody wish they had. And whether you believe it or not, everything that is in your home or where you live or what you drive, you manifested it.
Yep. It's all you. You can't get away from it. Because you can't get away from you. You take you wherever you go. And your mom is your creator.
Can I have faith for my mom that's dealing with this? You can. You can, whatever the situation is, you have to look at it and you just have to be thankful. I'm thankful that it worked out better than I thought. I just talked to Dr. Ben, and I'm telling you all my personal health information to share this with you. I had a cancer that they told me that normally when it's past stage 2 and it is in triple negative, a lot of the medicines that they have on the system to offer for me at the time, the cancer was very resisting. That had nothing to do with me.
Right.
And they used to say, You're so you come in here and you smile. How do you do it? Because when you go into a cancer center, it's so depressing. You can feel the energy. You can see that people have accepted life to be absolute nothing. I never looked at, like, if I were to show you pictures of me when I went for radiation, I didn't look at. I'm healed. Like, I get that you said that it's still spreading, but what does that have to do with me and my word? And what I said that I'm gonna live. I said that I have things to do.
Exactly.
And so when I went home for that 6 weeks on hospice, I came back and they did a scan to try to do a bone biopsy where it had calcified on my sternum and my collarbone, and they couldn't find it. He said, what? I said, once again, I told you that had nothing to do with me. I told you what the end result was going to be. I saw myself in my mind. I heard Dr. Benson telling me, we don't see any cancer. She called me yesterday and she said, well, we did the blood test on you to see if we could see anything in your blood to track proof of cancer cells that may be in the blood. She said it came back 0. That means there's nothing there. I heard her telling me on the phone that they were not going to find anything. I knew it when I did the test.
Yeah.
I saw myself done, you know? That's right here, yo, completely done. I just, with anything, like I was working at a place, of those that are in the Memphis area, thank you, money. There was a plant that I was working at, and you make really good money, and like I manifested the money, and it was a place called Carrier in Collierville, and there's a location in a specific department that people have been there. It used to take 20 years to get over there because it was based on seniority, and people continuously would tell me, "Oh, it's by seniority. You just got here. You're not gonna get over there. It takes a long time to get over that kind of money." Within 6 months, I had it. Within 6 months, I had it. And people were so surprised to see me over there. They're like, how did you get over here? And people, it's so hard to get. And there was envy. It came with it, but they didn't have anything to do with me, because what did I tell you all to do? Every time someone speaks against you, you're blessed financially.
Yep. I love
You're going to make me wealthy. Keep talking.
Yep. Keep talking.
Keep thinking ill of me. I'm going to alchemize your energy. Because you're not more powerful than me. You don't have more power to speak over me and what I want and desire, because I said it, I'm going to get it. And it happened. And I'll tell you, the job that I bid on, they only had 10 positions. Just because people told me. Now, mind you, this is a location where there's about 3,400 of us. So the odds of getting it were extremely low and nearly impossible. Even a man in HR, his name is Gary. I'm going to bust him out. Gary told me, you probably won't get it, baby girl. He wasn't ugly about it, but he was just like, you're new. So something happened. The list came out. My name was not on the list. And guess what I said? Oh, I'm still going to get in there. That next week, that Monday, the union steward called me, which was Mr. Taylor. He said, what are you doing, baby girl? I said, nothing. He said, well, I just wanted you to know that someone decided to get out of that position because they couldn't go to night shift, and you wanted night shift. He said, I wanted you to know you were the next person in person number 11. Mind you, there were only 10 positions. Yeah. So when that person stepped out, the next person in line to get it with the seniority was me. I got the job.
You the poster child for circumstances don't matter.
Circumstances do not matter. Do not look at that.
Yep. Most people would have given up and like, oh man, I was trying to manifest and it didn't happen, right? So they spoke the circumstance into existence as opposed to their word, right? They would have given over to circumstances instead of, no, I said what's going to happen, and I'm going to remain confident in that.
Your confidence, we talked about 2 Timothy, the 1st chapter, verses 7. It says, for the Lord, I give you the spirit of love, peace, and confidence. Confidence, peace, all of that goes together. So worrying is not a part of that. Fear is not of that. And, they teach you about, the devil, the Satan, this and this. And that's actually the negative thoughts. Review that as your negative thoughts. You speak what's going to happen. I have seen people. I had a young lady that I was talking to, and she was in the process about to be evicted, and she was just like, I don't have the money. I don't have anybody that can give me the money. I don't know what else to do. And I asked her, who did she bank with? And she said, well, I bank with that credit union. I said, well, go to the credit union. Being that you've had a credit union, a checking account, they would do more for you than a regular bank.
Mm-hmm.
So I kept telling her, don't worry about a time frame on to manifest. Once you spoke it, it's done. But I only have roughly 72 hours. I said, what does that mean?
Somebody was just asking about a time crunch, so this is a good
She
one right
went.
here.
She went to the bank the next morning, and she needed 600. No, I think she said it was like 570. I just say 600 for even. I think it was like $570 something she needed, and she went in and they told her that she had a credit limit with a debit card. Well, it really wasn't a debit, it was a credit card, but they was sending it over to her bank and she could use it through the debit. He was like, well, you have a new member's credit that you never used for 600.
Look at that. Yep.
You don't know where it's coming from. And that's why I told her, I said, see, that's the problem. We spend so much time looking at the problem. That does not have anything to do with you. Your job is to speak what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And stop looking. And a lot of times we tell our problems to people that already have limiting beliefs. So they're only going to give you a limiting belief answer. Well, you got to look at the reality of it. You know, that has nothing to do with you.
No. Answer this question. So someone asked, can you give definition of manifestation again? I think you just said it, but I just want you to repeat it. Can you give definition of manifestation again?
Manifesting is pretty much what we talk about. Faith is believing that something that is going to happen once you have decided in your mind that it is going to happen. There's really we make everything so complex. We look for these big definitions, and I promise you, if once you start to, this is what I tell people, the gratitude is so important because it helps you remember at some point, let's say you're looking at furniture in your home. At some point, some people started out where when they moved into their home, they didn't have furniture, but they were working towards getting their home furnished. I'm going to put a lamp here. I'm going to put a couch here. I've been looking at the furniture I want. I tell people all the time, if you know you're in a situation, even if you're homeless, I've seen it happen. I've seen people that were homeless that I have met. I met a young lady that was taking a bath at the gas station. And I asked her, I said, are you ready to get out of your situation? She said, I'm trying, but nothing's working. She said, every time I turn around, there's something happening that's not working in my favor. Like everybody I try to go to for assistance, they tell me they don't have anything. So I just gave up on it. I said, well, this is where you're going to have to stand up and put your chest out. Something is going to work and fall through for me. She did. I went back up there the next week to get some gas, and she had not only gotten a job up there, but she had met someone that worked in a corporate facility that was able to help her to get in a low-income apartment. It's not where you want it, but that's where you have a roof over your head. And I told her, now you can manifest the job that you want. I said, maybe you can move up the ladder where you are. You just never know. I said, just watch your attitude, watch how you treat people. I said, because people will come into that store and they may be someone that works from corporate. Yeah. And if you have spoken that you're going to move up the ladder, that person that you treated with respect is going to remember you. And that's why you have to get up every morning and say, I am grateful for having favor over my life. The word tells you, Psalms 23, verses 6. As long as I'm connected to God, I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. To dwell means to do very well. That's not struggling.
Yep. And I just define manifest as it's just your thoughts made visible. What you're thinking, you're literally creating. That's why it's very imperative that you mind your thoughts. You must master them. You must master your thoughts. Go ahead.
And see, she said my first job in luxury was someone I met. You see, it's simple. The events are going to align where you need them to align. You know, I once was a person that my bills would not all be paid every month, and I would look at my checking account and I'd be like, God dog, I got 3 more bills to pay. Where's the money? Something would always happen. Then I said, I wonder if I can just start speaking over my finances to the point where I don't have to worry about bills. My bills are paid. And I remember a video coming through, and I remember saying, universe, I don't know what to do. Like, sometimes I feel like I don't know what to pray for to get out of my situation. If I really have that much power, show me. And the universe started aligning things and people to say things to show me what was needed. Like, Bobby Hemmett is someone that I feel like God in the universe aligns a lot with me. Bobby Hemmett has made it very clear. Even sitting up with the mentality of it's going to take too long, or, trying to look at the scripture, how something is going to work. People hold on to the way it's going to come to you. You don't know where it's going to come from you. I mean, I remember one time I was sitting up and manifesting some money, and come to find out, FedEx corporate office did not send me the last of my 401k for whatever reason. For whatever reason. And the check came in the mail, and I was able to use that to take care of some medical bills to make sure that it didn't hit my credit. So you just don't know. Things always have a way to come into you. And I just tell people, your blockages are going to be your attitude. You are not blocked. You created your blockages. If you have a nasty attitude towards people, how you know the universe and align that person to be the person to help you. Granny have always taught us, be careful how you treat people, because you may be entertaining an angel. That may be the person that the universe aligned to be there with you, to be that networking source for you to get what you want to, what you're trying to do.
Yeah. And even before I understood the law of mind, I don't care what job I had, I got promoted through them coming to ask me to apply for a job. Never me going to apply for the job. And every job I left, every job I no longer worked at, I left. And they would always be like, if you ever want to come back, if you ever want to come back, this position is available to you. Because it's always about treating people how you want to be treated, even when I didn't even understand the law of assumption. Because I have stories where I wasn't always in the position I am financially that I am now. I was a single mother with 3 kids before I met my current husband. I'm living in Chicago on the South Side in my sister's Section 8 apartment because she's staying with my mom, and she let us live in her 3-bedroom Section 8 apartment because at this time I'm going through a divorce and I wasn't working at the time. And I have stories that can tell you that I know what it means to, as Paul says, to abound and also to abase. I know what it means to be on food stamps and Medicaid with 3 children. I know what that looks like. And I also know now that I live a very comfortable life. I don't have to work outside of the home.
Right.
And we have money in the bank and we have investments and all of that. Right. So I know what that looks like. I know that you don't have to stay in that. And why didn't I stay there? Even before I knew the law, I was never a pessimistic person. Right? You got to have a mindset that things are just going to work out. Even I have left jobs and wouldn't have another job with 3 kids and be like, I'm not working here. Something else going to happen. Yeah. I know that this is not the place, and would leave jobs that I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. Something's going to happen. I'm going to get a better job, but I just don't want to do this anymore. Yeah. And didn't worry about it.
Yes, I tell people, that worrying and that wavering faith is what will slow you down. There is no, somebody doing some witchcraft on me. You gave them permission to do witchcraft on you. You gave them permission for it to work. Okay, well, that's why your life is upside down. You're looking and expecting things to go wrong. Yep. Nobody has power over your life more than you do. Nobody. Like, that's I don't care how really have to understand, right? When I was at that place, people always would say, you apply for this, how you think you're gonna get this? I've been here so and so and so and so, and it took me, okay, well, if it took you 15 years, maybe it might take me 15 months. It may take me 15 days. You just don't know. And that's what I'm saying. I was manifesting that position, and I knew what I would make, and I was just like, okay, over here, you want me to make this 14 an hour, but if I can get over there, you're gonna pay me 25. Yeah, it's time to roll. It's time to roll. It's time to get on off from over here. And I mentioned it to some people, and they were just like, I don't know. It's hard to get that job. Like, it's based on seniority, and you got a real high clock number in. It's a lot more people that have more seniority here. Okay.
And I love how you let everyone know that time played no part in you manifesting, right? You didn't care about how long it took, how much time it was, wondering when it was going to happen. All you knew is I spoke it,
And
it
it's going to
must take
happen.
place, and I'm not concerned about the when.
Right.
That's what people really have to get out of their mind. People are so
Because
concerned with how long it takes. They trip themselves up looking for it instead of expecting it. No, it's already done, and there's nothing else to do.
that's 100% true. I've gotten to the point where, and I'm gonna tell you something. I opened my mouth because he said, "Believe that you asked," and I asked. I said, "God, I need for you to align my faith to be where it needs to be," because some of the people that had the biggest influence on me in life, they don't have the faith. Like, they're so limited when it comes to things, and they're so negative. And I had to get away from people to finally get to the point in life where I didn't worry about things as much, because I realized that things always work out. And I accepted, okay, even though I look back over life and it's like I had so many circumstances where I was ready to throw in the towel. And then I look back and I be like, but it all worked out because I was praying and speaking that it would. And it did not feel good at the time. I'm not going to tell you that when the doctor sat up and said, oh, we found cancer, and they sent it out to the pathology group, that's the people that look at the tissue to see what it is, how bad, that degree. And I was just like, well, I got a storm, but the word tells us that God will give you peace in your storm. I chose that, even though I had to cross the sea and it looked like it may have been a long way to get to where I wanted to be. I didn't look at the distance and say, well, the doctor gave me 3 to 8 months. I need to go spend money. I need to go do this. I need to go do this. I continued on with life as if that was not going to happen.
And that's how you have to be.
And that's how I had to be. I know that they will ring the bell at the cancer center. That's something they do when people finish their last treatment. And then they also ring the bell if they have found out that they no longer have cancer. I would imagine myself going out there ringing that big bell.
Yep.
I kept saying, one day that's going to be me. I am going to make a lie out of all of these doctors. And I did.
Yep.
I did. I didn't accept what they gave me. Isaiah 55, and I give people this one all the time. The book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verses 11, it says, so shall my words be that goes forth out my mouth. That means what I said, that's what it's going to be. Did you hear? Did you all hear me? It says, so shall be my words that goes forth my mouth.
Yep.
That's how that works. And it says it shall accomplish to where you send it. You spoke it out. That means it has to come to you. The universe only understands what you say as far as yes to happen. It does not know what no means. So if you sit up and say, oh, I'm finna apply for these classes. I just got on my niece about this. I'm finna get this crazy lady. I don't want to get her. I believe I'm going to get stuck with her. I said, but you may not get her. When they redo the scheduling and split the classes down, you may get someone better than you want. And I kept telling her, I said, you're going to get it. I said, I need you to get your butt up every day when you get up to say it. When you're brushing teeth, say it. Next thing I look around, she called me. She said, Auntie, I got to tell you something. I said, what you got? She said, I didn't get that lady. As a matter of fact, she decided that she didn't want to teach that class this semester. So I ended up getting somebody new that they put in, and she's by far my favorite. I said, I told you.
Mm.
Look at you, you were expecting failure and looking for failure. And that's what was headed your direction because that's what you were writing and painting a picture to be in your mind. You were looking for misery. That's seeking you shall find. You didn't, that's what that's talking about.
Yeah.
That's what you were looking for. You were looking for
Yeah.
confusion. So why were you expecting anything else different to come to you?
Yeah. Learning to seek the good. It's like, can we learn to expect the good? Why are we always expecting the worst thing to happen? It really is mastering the mind. You must become master of your thoughts and be mindful. Mindful of what you're saying, because what you're speaking, you are creating. This is what I'm always hammering home. Your thoughts literally are turning to things. Literally. If you want healing, as Creole has said, you must speak healing over your life, regardless of how bad it looks, regardless of how what the doctors are saying, what their report states. I thought about when you were saying you didn't know what to pray for. There is a scripture that says that Paul tells us that we don't know always what to pray for, but the Spirit makes intercession on our behalf.
That part. Yep.
That's the scripture that came to mind because you almost quoted it exactly when you were speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like,
it does say that.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, I just tell people, oh, I don't lost my job and I don't know what I'm gonna do, and they said they behind on the food stamp list. What they got to do with you? People get so mad at me when they call me, and what they got to do with you? There you go with that again. What does that have to do with you, darling?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody else applied 5 times and got approved. They kept going. You may be one of them lucky ones to get in and apply one time. You just don't know. Like, you don't look at what everybody, worry about your own plate. Don't look at what nobody else got going, because them thinking it was going to take a long time is why it took so long.
Yeah.
Don't accept their beliefs. Do not allow people to project onto you their beliefs and what they think and feel.
Yeah.
You just don't do that. Like, when I went and bought, there was a Mercedes that I purchased, and here come people. Oh, the maintenance is so expensive. People have a lot of problems. I got that car sitting there right there, and you know what I mean? I've never had an issue out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't speak that there were going to be issues with it. People really do not understand the power of the tongue and watch what you say and what you do. And they have told you the dangers of your words in the elder community, especially in the Black, because how many times have you heard people say, watch what you say, you will eat your words?
Yeah.
Because they're coming back to you.
Yep.
It's so important. I've gotten on to family members about sitting up gossiping and laughing about people in their situations. You think that's funny that lady going through eviction and her husband done walked out?
Mm-mm.
Guess what?
Yeah.
Don't you know that same table can be right in front of you and turn in front of you?
That's why the golden rule, when it says do unto others as you have them do unto you,
Yes.
That's what it means. The way you speak about other people,
Yep.
You are creating and commanding it to be in your world.
Every bit of it. And I'm telling you, the same person that was laughing looked up. Now yours done left and had a baby. You will eat your words. Watch what you say. Watch what you do. I'm telling you, when that do unto others as you want to be. Sometimes we don't. This is where I had to go heal. We have this perception that no matter how good I treat people, they always leave me and ghost me for someone else. Guess what? If that's what you place in your mind, that's what it's going to be.
Exactly. You created it. Ain't nobody did nothing.
You created them to treat you that way. That's what you're going to attract. But if you sit up and say, I have favor everywhere I go, I had to get up into the point every day I get up. I am grateful for the favor that me and my baby have over our life daily. I'm grateful for the miracles we experience weekly and daily.
Yep.
I'm grateful. I am grateful. Like something as simple as saying when I would go, when I went to go pick up her milk, and people would be like, oh, the milk and stuff that you want is this and this, this and this. Okay, I knew that I had manifested the finances to cover me to get her what I wanted to have. And sure enough, I prayed for favor, and the cans, to my look, 4 of the cans were cans that had $10 off coupons. So technically, it made it where she got cans free.
Nice.
So favor. Find the gratitude and the positive in things, because that will help you manifest better. Because if you always say things don't work out, look at the things that you have now that once upon a time you did not have. You manifested those things, it came to you. So why would it be different now?
Yep. The power's in your words. Speak the word and it shall be so. That's really what you have to remind yourself. You're speaking your life into existence. What you want for your life, you must declare it. Decree and declare every day.
And you accept nothing different.
Yeah.
When you want something, you speak it, you call it into existence. Everything is made. They teach you in science class that everything is made out of matter. Everything is energy. Words are energy. It's power.
Yep.
It's power. You have a power to call everything. You have power to call everything to you. If they tell you the odds of something of doing this is this, and you think it's unreachable because you accept it to be something unreachable. You made it be a journey to be destined and difficult not to happen.
She said, someone said, can you all speak on how emotion affects the manifestation, if at all? To me,
this is what I tell people.
Yeah, because go ahead and then I'll go.
I don't, again, it goes back. I'm sorry, love. It goes back to not looking at the situation. It goes back to not looking at the situation. Because when you look at the situation, if it's not what you want, you're going to have emotions that are not the best for, because it's not what you want. But once you realize that's not what you want, now you make a decision to say, well, what do I want? That's how you have to look at it. You have to look at it, well, what can I do to fix the situation? The same way you got into that situation, it's the same way you can get out of it. If you continue to sit up, and I explained this to someone in one of my finances class, because we ended up on a spiritual topic, and I had to tell her, if you sit up and say, okay, let's say you have $2,000 a month in bills. If you say, oh, I'm going to look for a job where I make at least $2,500, you did not manifest yourself out of poverty. You kept yourself right there where you would struggle, because that means one paycheck. If you get sick or you miss work, you back behind again. When my bills were $2,000 a month, I was manifesting $10,000 a month. The same energy it takes to ask for $2,500 is the same energy you can do for $10,000. And there was a story I shared on the last live. If you remember, I was talking about a rapper by the name of Money Man. Mm-hmm. And people think that that's Moneybagg Yo. And no, those are two total different people, two different backgrounds to people. However, I had been manifesting $350,000. I had been manifesting it. And I was someone that was big on Reverend Ike, because my grandfather would play Reverend Ike. Reverend Ike is big now, but he's been around for, been around for a while, long before TikTok, before he's hit social media platforms and everything. And when he said that it takes the same amount of energy to ask for $1 compared to $1 million, and I was just like, I don't know, because it's not as easy as you think it is to attain. And my grandfather said it's because he said, when I come up in my day, they told me it was impossible to be a Navy SEAL being black. You see those badges over there on the wall, baby girl? I said, yes, sir. He said, because I believed it was possible.
That's it. And see, for me, emotions don't matter, because
Emotions don't matter. It's going to change because you spoke it. How many times have you prayed and spoke something into existence and you were worrying about it, but it still manifested? It happened when you took your mind off of it 9 times out of 10.
Yep.
How many times have you said, well, it is what it is, and you dropped it? You weren't thinking about it and worrying about it. And next thing you know, something happened. I had that to happen to me with jobs, and I was just like, oh, something need to come through, because I don't know how I'm going to do this, and this. This is when I was more so not realizing the strength. Like, I had to grow. Like, it took me time to get here. I'm not going to say this has been me since a child. Like, it took life experiences and researching and deprogramming from one spiritual belief on one family side and another. And then I had to realize one side was true, but it came from researching and reading. So, and when I look back on things that I needed, I did worry, but they still came through. And what happened is it made me have a comfort of, I can have what I want. That was that prayer. Be careful. You know, there's two prayers. There's one prayer they tell you about praying against people that are not for you. And all of a sudden people break up. You may get fired. You can't, if you ask for peace and to be back aligned with that, things are going to happen. You may lose that job and then get blessed with a bigger job. You may have been paying for increase in finances and peace, and you may get blessed. You may get blessed out of being fired. So someone may have bothered you on your job, or somebody was nitpicking. That enemy became your footstool. That's how you look at that situation. Like sometimes losses are not, they're not truly a loss. It's just something had to move out of the way for something to come in place that you manifested. If you didn't ever get fired from the job, you weren't going to get it. How do you pray for a better job? You didn't want to quit on your own. You were a great employee, but you had to get away from that place. Something had to happen. They fired you over something petty. You got a call from a job that's better and that's high paying and it's peaceful. Like, it's okay to say that when you're looking for a job or things that you're trying to do, and this is anything, and I say this because I know a lot of people do work. I'm never going to step on anybody that works a job. I'm never going to do that, because what you have to say is, you know, I'm looking for a job. I'm going to speak to them. When I get a job, it's going to be a job where they truly are family, because companies are so toxic on jobs nowadays. I spoke it. I work in an environment. Oh, you're going to get over there and you're not going to like this. And like we were talking about the perception of people. I say it all the time. I have favor everywhere I go. It doesn't matter about people speaking against me on the job or thinking what I'm not going to have. I always have favor from my management. And it's because I believed and accepted that I would. Like, I did not accept any less. It's okay not to accept the smallest and the simplest. Sometimes you have to take things to get to a step, but you continue to manifest. You manifest every day when you're thinking. We do it all the time. How many times do we sit up and say, oh, I was just thinking about someone? You go to the gas station and there they are.
Yep. But you have to know that if it's a toxic work environment, it's because you're creating it.
Correct. You have accepted it to be that.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to explain to people. I had people I would see to come to work every day, frowned up, clothes all tore up like they've been fighting and going on. And then I come in there and say, you look so refreshing. I wonder if you're going to look like that at the end of the night. My eyes still sparkle.
Yeah.
Because I don't sit up and take in the negativity. Y'all always negative and looking for the negative and what's wrong. Like they said they're not going to do it. They're not going to do this. I always got what I said that I wanted to have. And it was just that simple because I accepted it. And I will requote those scriptures like, it is what it is, the law of attraction. If you keep speaking and looking for something, it's going to come to you. Seek and you shall find. The law of attraction.
Yeah, yeah. That's why you're told not to judge before the time.
Correct.
You're judging the losing of the job, but forget that you asked for a promotion, you wanted more money, or you wanted a better work environment, you wanted more mobile movement up the corporate ladder, whatever it was you were asking for. And so this thing happened and took place to prepare you for the next place. But a lot of times people get worried and forgot what they were manifesting and forgot that all I have to say is everything is working out for me. You know, because my thing is, if you complained about it so much, why are you surprised you're no longer there?
Exactly.
All you do is complain about it. You weren't happy being there. So you can't be surprised that you're no longer there now.
Right. When I was there, people were just like, when I was working my job at Care, people were just like, oh, they finna get ready to lay off. And I was just like, no, they not. Yes, they is. I've been working here 20 years. I know. No, okay. They looked up. We went on and worked. They're no longer a layoff company. I spoke it every day. I was like, it doesn't matter, like, because that's what you expect. It happened because so many of you had it in your mind and were focusing it was going to happen over years. That's why it happened.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say it's not. I'm not worried about that. I'm not coming off my job till I get ready. And guess what? I did not come off that job till I got ready.
Yep. You really have to be careful. But now that's the power of awareness, right? Now you're aware of what you're doing. Now you're aware of those thoughts. Now you're aware of what you're thinking. So guess what you can do? Change them. That's it. All you have to do is change them. That's the secret formula. That's the secret that people think is some magic form. That's the magic. That's the
Yep.
secret. Change your
Yep.
thoughts. That's it. It's
Yep.
really that simple. We want to complicate it. It's no more complex than that.
Mhm.
Just change your thoughts about it.
Yep. Yep, because I was telling a cousin, I was like, you know what? I've been looking at this house, this area, and these houses that I want. And the first thing that come out of their mouth was, I love you guys, and I need this. Oh, we love you back.
Yes, yes, Princess Latoya.
She said, how you gonna do that? You young, and it take 30 years to pay off a house. And I was just like, I don't know. I don't want a mortgage. So how you gonna do that? And you haven't even finished nursing school, and you hadn't did this. Like, how you? I don't know now. I think you just over the top with them, and you got to be realistic. Like, it costs money to do this. It take credit, and then you young. They not gonna do it. Just so I said, well, when I move in my house, Rakeisha, it's gonna be paid for. You say so. What you gonna do? Hit the lottery? I said, I don't know, but I just know when I move up in my house, it's gonna be paid for. Well, I will see. I said, well, I'm gonna make you a belief you're gonna see. I kept envisioning it every night, and I kept hearing. What I did was I looked up the steps of what it would take to purchase a home. I looked up my realtor. I looked up everything. I went and drove through the neighborhood. Like, people think it's a game. Like Drake is from Memphis, Tennessee, and I can tell you, Bruno Mars' family is from out this. There's a lot of people that we look at every day that are from the Memphis, Tennessee area. And he said, he said, the house that I wanted, he said, I put it on my saver screen on my house. He said, and I said I was going to get that house built. He said, I live in that house now and it's paid for. He said, and I said, when I moved in that home, it was going to be paid for.
Yes. Yes.
Like, Drake did not come from money. Like, he made it to the grassy. He said, I kept speaking that I was going to get in there, and people kept telling me that I need to have acting skills, and it was best that I had went to classes and take skills. He said, I never went to none of that. He said, I just applied an audition and I got it. He said, it's true. If you believe it and speak it, it will happen.
Yep.
And the money that I was talking about, the house, once again, an event lined up. I was listening to Money Man. I was at my brother's house, and I went in the room to check on him because he had gotten in a real bad car wreck. And, the hospital had released him and he was home. And he was playing Money Man. And at the time and the moment I was listening, I was like, what is he talking about? And Money Man was talking about credit. And people try to say he's a scammer. That's not what that song was. What I picked up was, if you know your rights to your credit. So I had purchased a car, and the car had been in a flood. And Santander USA did not want to let me out the contract, even though there were like 30-something states suing them. And mind you, I had manifested the $350K. And Money Man said, well, if you're having issues, and he responded back to my comment, it scared me half to death, because I was like, there's no way you got 7,000 people in here and you saw my comment and answered it. And his song was playing in the background, and he was talking about how you can go through your credit, Experian, Equifax and TransUnion. He says, when you bought something, if you bought it August the 1st, or let's say of 2001, it has to say that on all credit bureaus. The Fair Credit Report Act says that you're supposed to have everything reported 100% accurate. That's federal law. That's not state. That's federal. That's nationwide. He said, and if they can't verify within 30 days and update those accounts to be true, he said, you can go back and you can file a claim. Correct. And at the time, I think the claim was like $250 a day. Well, it had been on there more than a couple of years, so guess what? There goes that $350K. I got $348,000. I didn't get the $350, but it was $2,000 shy of what I asked for. So I'm not gonna complain. Right. Yes, Mark 11:23. That's what I said. I spoke it into existence. I was just like, the house is gonna be paid for, and I ended up finding me a nice home where it was something called a short sale.
Okay.
And a short sale is basically, so like, let's just say if you want to go buy a home and that house is valued at $250,000, but they paid in $100,000. A short sale means basically you get to keep the property in the house. You're only going to pay $150,000.
Okay. So they deduct whatever the previous
right. So basically, it was a benefit for me to get in the house. Not only was I able to take the money to pay to get in my house and pay cash, I had money left over to go buy furniture and furnish it the way that I wanted to. But I believed it was going to happen because I said, just because I sat up and watched my parents and them go get 2 jobs and $140,000 in student debt to try to get degrees and stuff, because I'm not saying school is a bad thing, but you have people that are billionaires that dropped out of school, like they didn't finish. And it was because they had a vision to do something else and to work for themselves. Like, it's more common than you think. Like, I met someone that is a multi-millionaire, and and I think when I talked to him last, he didn't even have but a 10th grade education. Like, he was a dropout and he was getting in trouble. But he said, when I was sitting in that cell, I envisioned myself doing better. He said, and even though I had gotten in trouble, like, I didn't kill anyone, I didn't hurt anyone, I didn't do anything to it was just I was living a life of doing things I had no business, and I got caught up. He said, but they told me that I was looking at anywhere between a 50 to 60 year life sentence. He said, for me to been 30 years old, that was life for me.
Yep.
He said, that means I had no more freedom. He said, but before I would go to trial, I would always speak that I had favor from the jury and the judge. And the judge that he had is the judge by the name of Chris Johnson. And I know Chris. Chris is known for handing out life sentences for stuff that other people won't do. Like, he's good for sending you up the road. It don't matter your race, your sex, and you gone. He said, when I went to the court, he said the first thing I looked at, he said the DA was looking funny and looking at me like, he real deal gonna let you out on papers for 10 years? That's all you finna deal with? He only has a diploma. That's true.
Yep. High school diploma. Yep.
And he said, and it's just the power of the mind. And he said, I did so much reading. He said, and I realized when I was reading the Bible, it wasn't what they had taught us in church. He said, I realized it was a book of knowledge of the mind.
Yep.
And all of the stories were basically representations of people who had faith and believe. And when we talked about surrounding yourself by the right people, you have people in the Bible that were here because of the faith of their friends, not because of the faith of theirs.
Yeah, you're gonna automatically draw you to you.
Right.
So when you have the right mindset, when you have the right thoughts, you're creating the right atmosphere, they're going to come to you. You won't have to seek anyone out. You don't have to cut nobody off. People are going to fall away all on their own. There's nothing you have to do but change your mind. Change your mind, everything else takes care of itself. That's what we have to understand. Once you change your mind, everything else takes care of itself. It's automatic.
It has no choice but to align, because I tell people, you're always thinking it anyway. So why not think of something positive? Why are you running your blood pressure up? Like, going back to the person that I know that is a mortician, and this is what this lady told me. She's a 34-year vet. She's seen everything. She said, Kiara, she said, I've had people that have been told that they had cancer and were going to die from this. She said, and I go in there, open them up and do the procedure that's required, and I didn't even see signs of what they were talking about. Because you accepted it. She said, I've been trying to explain people. She said, and they've all, one of the things that we learned, she said, they have taught us that stress, a lot of cancer comes from stress.
They scare you to death.
They scared you to death. Like,
they scared them to death.
They
literally.
Mind control. They, like the stuff on it, like on the news, like how they warned us of this last hurricane, and they were saying, it was a Category 6, and they had all these millions of people. I'm afraid, and this feels different. This feels different. And then you look up, it didn't even do a fourth of the damage that they thought that it was gonna do. This last big one that everybody was scared of, and I'm just like, you see how they play on y'all mind? Yep. They tell you that The Simpsons, this is what's going to happen. If you got everybody look and say, well, The Simpsons says it's going to happen, it's going to happen. They saw Trump, this right here happened to Trump. We got to watch what we say, because, they'll block us off. But if they have enough people in their mind to focus and to accept it, they play on your energy all day long. They know these things. They know that if too many people wake up, see, right now in the world, we have about maybe 20% that are where we are now that are waking up. You have a lot that are not going to wake up. They're not going to get it. Because they're still stuck and trapped under the religion and that bolder religion. They're not on the outside. They tell you, think outside of the box. That means stop looking at what's been put into you, what's in front of you to look at, and accepting this. There's always a way things can come to you. And I tell people all the time, God is a way maker. A God that specializes in the impossible. The word tells you that one door will not be shut without another. Okay, you got fired today. That don't mean there ain't another open somewhere else.
Yep. That's it.
You trying to figure out how you gonna pay your rent. You don't have enough for the next couple months. How am I gonna pay my rent? And it's hard to find a job. Okay, you just accepted it. It's going to be hard for your job. You're going to lose everything because you decided it's hard to find a job and you decided that's the only way you're going to be able to pay your bills. Like, how you know you're not going to talk to someone that's going through something? You're going to run, because I'm telling you, it's amazing how you'll be aligned with all these different people. You may run into someone in the grocery store. You may say, something telling me to stop here. Let me stop here. And they may be someone that works for some type of foundation that help people with their rent. You may apply and they may help pay your rent up. You just don't know.
Don't know.
And then you may get blessed with a job with those people. You just don't know. You don't know where things come. You just have to accept it's going to happen. Stop trying to create in your mind, well, it's going to have to happen like this because this, and the third. No, it doesn't.
Yep. You gotta stop being double-minded, wavering, that back and forth, that indecisiveness. That
Because worry and fear and stress, they tell you the number one killer is stress. And the stress and the worry comes from trying to figure out how it's going to work out. Like, as many times as we all have been in situations, how many of them didn't work out in your favor? That's one of the main things I ask people. Like, you're over here giving yourself high blood pressure for what? For what?
Right.
You just don't. And then I tell people the power of learning these things and actually reading the word for yourself to actually learn, it's going to stick to you. Like me telling you these things, that's why I quote where it is for people to get them, to go read them, meditate on those. Those are true. Today we call it manifesting. They teach you that prayer is really truly a being faithful and thankful for the things that are going to transpire. Why did you pray and speak that it was going to happen if you really don't believe it's going to happen? Because I try to tell people all the time, even if you look back over your child years, there were things that you thought about and expected and they fell through for you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's what prayer is. It's about giving thanks.
It's about giving thanks and expressing
prayer
gratitude.
isn't about begging and pleading for someone to do something for you. That's not what prayer is. Right.
And see, like, the problem with religion is they took God out of us and put God in a sky.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking on the outside. You have to go within. God is within you.
Yeah.
And that just is what it is. And that was the thing. And it's just like, just because you look at people that are in your family and they are all struggling, working 2 and 3 jobs, and they tell you it takes 2 to make it. I didn't care nothing about none of that because I like being in my own space by myself, and I don't like people enough to work for them and be bothered by them every day. So I spoke into my existence. This is not what's going to happen. I'm not going to work 2 and 3 jobs and be in the hospital sick as a dog. Because you have people, I have seen, and Carrier, people have worked so many years expecting, oh, I got to work 12 hours every day. I have to do this. Because your blood pressure, if you don't work yourself down, you don't broke your body down. Mm-hmm. Because in your mind, it's been implanted that this is how you have to work to have something.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's just what it is. And I just tell people, I can remember when I would have every time I looked up, my checking account was in the negative, and I kept telling myself, no, it's not.
No, it's not. You change circumstances by changing your mind.
Exactly.
We don't work on the outside. We work within.
Mm-hmm.
Once you change your mind, circumstances change automatically. We're not working on the outside in. It's inside out.
Mm-hmm.
Circumstances don't matter.
They do not. Say it again. Say it for the people in the back, the front, in the middle. It don't matter. You hear me?
People are too focused on the 3D, as we say.
The 3D would be, which is what's in front of you. The 5D would be the spiritual aspect. We live in what we call parallel. Let's see how I'm going to put it. We live in what we have what we call parallel atmospheres. The spiritual aspect of the 5D will be in the believing that something is already happened, but because you believed it could happen, because you desired it, that means it was possible for you to have it in your lifetime. We all have dreams. Some people call them premonitions. Some people may call them sight. That goes down another rabbit hole. But if you are able to desire it, that means you're able to have it. There is a version of you that allows you to have what you want. She said, tips for manifesting a data entry work from home job. I'm not sure how to go about it. So what I tell people to do, the word tells you to write the vision, make it plain. You need to sit down and you need to write down what you want. You want to have a supervisor that is favorable, meaning, let's say if something happens and you have to be off work, but they tell you wasn't supposed to be missing any days during this time for attendance reasons. You want to see yourself sitting at the desk working. Look in your home where you want to put your desk. Imagine where the two screens are. I would even go as far as to study like the job descriptions for the data entry work from home jobs. And what I would do is when I would study, and I'm just telling you steps that I would take, things that I've done. And when I was manifesting jobs, I would look at it and I would see, let me see, I'm going to put this. So I would envision myself when I would be talking to the interviewer and they would be explaining to me the requirements and the job duties. But I was able to envision that based on looking at what the jobs do. And what I would also do is I would envision my letter coming in saying, congratulations, which will be what the offer letter is. Congratulations with your name. See what you want for your hourly rate there. And see yourself signing it. And you just thank God for blessing you with that job.
Yep, this is living in the end.
Living in the end. Those are just things, like I said, that's not saying that's a method to make it work faster or it's not going to work.
That's just already done, right?
Help you. That's what we call brainstorming. If you struggle with that, that's what I tell people. You need to really, truly decide what you want. Do you want this job to be Monday through Friday? Because you don't want to just get a data entry job. You got some data entry jobs that'll pay you 14, and then you got some that may pay you 27. You need to be specific. Stop looking at, I have applied for jobs and I can't make this up. And they'll say, well, we wanted a master's degree and all I have is an unfinished associate's degree. You're so welcome. My supervisor loved me. My coworkers love me. Yes, like just because I have been walking past, I have seen people get drugged on the job and I'd be like, and people are like, it's so negative in here. And when I come in there every day, I come in there switching. Because what that's got to do with me. I had a great day. I've met people that were so negative, and you say good morning. Well, what's good about it? Have y'all ever met people like that? Have y'all ever heard people say that?
that is crazy. I mean, I haven't worked in a few years, but yes. Yeah.
What's good about it? Everything. Everything.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
I love that both of you. We love you back.
Yes.
Everything. Yes. Like, when people go to restaurants and they be like, every time I eat there, it's slow and it's nasty. And I be like, every time I eat there, it's good.
Well, wait a minute. Well, why you keep going?
Because it's right. I ain't
every time you go, going in. Not
when
good.
I go
Why
there,
we keep?
They had my steak too salty. Where every time I go, mine's is perfect. I expect and look for the best. Like I had to go to see a doctor that's like 5 minutes from my house to get a checkup on my stomach to figure out why I was so sick when I was sick. Come to find out, y'all, I was pregnant, but that's another story for another day. And I read the reviews on doctor and I was just like, dog, he got a 1.1 review. I may not want to go to him. I said, when I go to him, he's going to be extra favorable to me. Don't you know when I went in, that man was so extra favorable? Like when I went in there to sit down and I sat on a little roller spot and the lady goes, well, he doesn't like people to sit in there. So I continued to sit there. And I said, you know what, let me get up because I'm going to trust this person with my health. I'm going to look at this for the be positive. And when the man walked in and the doctor looked at me, he said, you sitting slumped over. I tell you what, how about you sit in this chair? I don't like people to sit in my chair, but you're more than welcome to sit in it. I think you should sit in it. Relax yourself. Now tell me what's going on. People said in the comments and the reviews, he's very pushy and push you off and doesn't have to listen. Me and that man sat in that room 45 minutes and talked.
Yeah, because your experience doesn't have to be the negative one.
Yep.
Like every time, like when you hear people, I know, a few people that have been married and divorced, right? And so usually because they've been through a divorce, they want to like, let me tell you what's going to happen. Let me tell you how it's going to. Their experience don't have to be yours. Just because your divorce didn't end in such a good way, that doesn't have to be the next person's experience. Stop
Right.
speaking that fear and that doubt, and it's just like stop thinking that your life has to be and look like someone else's. Say what you want. Know
Right.
what you want and speak life over it. Stop
Yeah.
saying stuff, life is hard. Life is not hard.
Right.
Stop saying life is a struggle. It's not a struggle.
Right.
You're speaking things that you don't want to experience. All men are dogs. Well, how you think you're not going to draw one in?
Well, that's what you requesting, honey. Once again, listen.
Exactly.
I need for you all to look at this. When you speak it, look at it like Amazon. We all know how fast Amazon bring your packages. You know when you place their order, it's coming. Okay? Don't look at it no different. Put in what you want,
That's only because, Mariah, you accepted it.
and it's gonna happen.
You didn't reject what they said. You didn't speak over your own life. You let someone else speak over your life. Why did you give them power over your life? Now you have the tools. Now you know that death and life are in the power of your tongue. Now you get to take the power back. And now you get to say what you want your life to look like and stop telling the old story. Now we're only going to talk about what we want. What life do you want? I'm living the champagne life. I have caviar taste, champagne taste. This is the life I'm living now. Everything that I lost has been restored. There is a scripture about
been restored.
When the locust and with the locust and all that and the pestilence has taken, God is going to restore it unto you. I gotta find that scripture. But go ahead, Kiara.
I tell people, what's that, Diniza? Hey, listen. I said and for an example, like I had people that have said, when I finished my treatment, my hair texture came back different, or it didn't grow, it came back thin. When I looked at my head, I was just like, well, mine gonna grow back down. My grow continuously grow the way it's been growing. I'm not looking. And the thing about it, and they were just like, well, this treatment expects you. This treatment's so strong. Do look forward to losing all your hair. I didn't. That's why people didn't know that I was going through it. You couldn't tell. And I was talking to the pharmacist at the Walgreens here near my home, and I was going in to get nausea medicine, and he and two of the ladies behind the counter, and she said, and I see you have all this different medication. You don't look. I said, I know I don't.
Right.
And I don't feel the way they would expect me to feel neither. And I said, and another thing, I'm finna get off all this damn medicine, because guess what? I'm not finna be taking the rest of this medicine the rest of my life the way they thought they were going to have me taking it to stay alive. This medicine's not going to keep me alive. What's going to keep me alive if I accept the fact that I'm going to be here?
Right.
Like, I started speaking to my food when I would speak over my food and pray over my food. This cheeseburger and fries is finna stay down. It's not coming back up, and I'm not taking all this nausea medicine. Because medicine, nowadays, you take it for one thing, and damn it, your arm don't work next week. Y'all forgive my language. I'm being honest. I'm being too raw, huh? Medicine nowadays, you watch the commercials, and they have these people dancing at a picnic, but the side effects 20 times worse than what you're taking it for. That was another thing that I told myself, nah, you finna get off this medicine.
Yep.
I did not get blessed with my abundance to be paying y'all to give me stuff that's going to kill me.
Right.
Goodbye. And I looked up within a couple months. I haven't taken any more medicine.
Yes.
I haven't. Like, I would rather go down the street and get me a nice dinner stand to eat. I'm not spending no money on mess. That's not what my abundance is for. My abundance is for me to live and to help others and be comfortable in life. I don't know what y'all talking about, but I'm not gonna be on this medication. It's since I done beat it after you told me I would. Now you trying to tell me I'm gonna have to take this stuff to stay alive. I'm not. They have been testing studies where they've shown where they have taken people with medicine and health issues, blood pressure, cancer, and they say, well, we told them if they take this pill, and they found out it was a sugar pill, and they have told us for years, we getting this pill. Their belief that pill worked, and they heal themselves and don't even know it.
Yeah, the placebo effect. Yep.
And that was
is based on your belief. That's the law of life. The law of life is the law of belief. It is done unto you as you believe. It is your faith that makes you whole. That's it.
Didn't feel pain, and that's true. I can remember when, and then going back to the situation with my home, and my cousin, she was like, and then you say you want a furniture and you want to go to Royal Furniture. They high, okay,
right.
And until
stay out my pocket. Stay out my pocket. I got this.
Yes, Markel. Yes, it's the same thing. We just have all these different names, but it's the same thing. Science and religion, spirituality, they argue all the time, and it's all the same thing when you look at it. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
The placebo effect. What I tell you, I always knew. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all something funny. I would go get the little scrap charts, and I said I never make. And I said, how can I make myself have to look to win? I said every time somebody
my
speaks
daughter,
ill of
Maya.
me, I'm gonna win some money.
Mm-hmm.
Something's gonna go good in my favor. Every time someone speaks and prays against me, something I have been praying for will manifest. And I love it. Y'all need to learn to take the negative people and use it for your ability to use them as your footstool. I ain't got time to be mad every day because you mad every day because you looking at the next person mad, because if you want it, you can get it too. He done it too many times.
Yep.
God has shown you that it can be done. Like, how many more times does he have to tell you this?
Exactly. Good stuff.
What I'm getting from this life is to just ignore others people. Please.
Yep.
Because people will they will try to open your mind and then still put limits on top of it. Like, you just can't do it. People have this thing where the stories in the book are of the past. No, God is still very alive. If you're here, you're still alive. What do you mean? And something that I mention every time, and I'm going to mention it every live, and I said that I would. Mm-hmm. Stop saying that every time you turn around, it's something.
Ooh.
Because that has a negative connotation. You spoke it. If you keep looking for go wrong in your life, guess what?
It's coming.
It comes. When people get terrified of
every time I turn around, I'm blessed.
Every time the retrogrades come, something happen, electrons break down. Okay, well, if you want your stuff to break down, I haven't had none of that stuff to happen to me when I decided that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you want to sit up and talk about every time the retrogrades come, something go wrong in your car, continue. Guess what? You're going to continue to be putting money into parts and paying for labor, because I ain't doing none of that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Every time you turn around, it's something amazing. There you go.
Yeah, every time I turn around, a prayer is answered.
Every time is answered. Like, that's what I've been telling you. Do it. Listen, I ain't got... life is too precious and short and a blessing to continuously to look for things to go wrong and to speak negativity over your life. You mean to tell me you have life and God in you, and you choose to create negativity for yourself over something positive? You mean to tell me they have told you it takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile? They have told us that for years. It's so true. It's all about how you look at it. Like, you have to get to the point where you wash your spirit down and just be like, when you get up, speak over your life and your day. You have to speak over your life and day. I had a lady tell me I was coming out of a restaurant by the name of Huey's, and her response to me was, "Oh, you got a little baby? Oh, it gets harder and harder." I said, "No, it don't." I said, "Not with my God, not what I've seen. Things just continues to get better for me. But if that's what you receive of yourself, you receive it of yourself. That ain't got nothing to do with me." Because every time I turn around, something is working out more and more in my favor. So because that's what I decided that it's going to be.
Say it again. That's what I decided. We have
So
to
why would it be anything
decide.
different than what I decided?
Yeah.
Before I got to this point with my faith, I'm telling you, I opened my fat mouth and I said, God, I need you to strengthen my faith. And guess what? He sent me situations that strengthened my faith. He answered. He did.
Say, be careful what you pray
Be
for.
careful with you, because it's coming. When you say, how many of the ladies in the group can sit up and say, and I want to show of hands in the comments. Don't hide. It ain't nothing to be embarrassed about. How many times have you said, Lord, anybody that's not for me, get rid of them, and then it be your boo?
Ooh.
Don't lie in the comments. Don't get out the chat. Somebody left. Come back. Show of hands. How many of you? I'm telling you, it works. Look at them yeses. See what I'm saying? It works. And it works fast. And we've also programmed our mouths to say, God answered that prayer faster than he do any.
Yeah.
Rico sweep coming through like the feds.
Yeah.
Wait, share that again. How many times have you said, Lord, anybody that's not for me, show me? Then all of a sudden you and your boo fall out, or he done left and went off and ran off with somebody else. It happens. And like Carmen in the Big Boogie situation, look how fast her life is elevated when she realized that it was her time. She kept telling herself, I can't have anything because I hadn't got my paperwork straight now. I can't have this and I can't have this. She said, it wasn't until I changed my mindset that things started turning around for you. Now you got a TV show all within 6 months. You went from not being able to get a house to now you own one. You didn't finance it, you own it. They left quicker than fried chicken at the front. Okay.
Well, remember, you are still always the creator. You're still always the creator. It's still always you. It's still not anything outside of you. It's something in you that knew that you weren't supposed to be with that person to begin with.
There you go.
There was something in you that you knew that that you didn't desire to be with this person anymore anyway.
And you felt it. Can you please talk about
like
praying?
You created the reality of them leaving.
About the man you truly desire. Once again, what did the word say? Write the vision, make it plain. You want a provider? Look, let me tell y'all something funny. Don't pray for it. Don't just say, I need a good man with money. He may be a good man, but is he going to be generous to spend his money on you? I need a provider. I'm grateful for my provider that pays our bills so we can travel and have a good time. Someone that is not only a husband, but a father. A great father to our kids. Write it down. If that's what you want, write it down. People sit and say, oh, the dating pool is trash. And I heard somebody say it's got piss in it the other day and I couldn't do nothing but laugh. The dating pool just got piss in it. I wouldn't want nothing out of it. Everybody cheating. Everybody doing this. Everybody doing it. Not everybody, because if you're someone that's faithful, you mean to tell me you're the only person out of 8 billion people in the world that are faithful?
And that's why I don't understand how they think they're going to attract the love of their life. And they're saying that he doesn't exist. It's the truth. And they're saying he doesn't exist because they're saying there's no one out there that's worth, that even fits the bill. Nobody can come and play that role because you've already determined that he doesn't exist. You just determined this person doesn't exist for you.
You just determined, and that's what you're going to continue to get. And I'm going to tell you something too. A lot of you all are struggling with that because of the lack of love and faith you have in yourself.
Yep.
Because if you've always been around people, how many of us know, we know a lot of people that are married, but are they really married or are they what we call legally bonded? Because you got a lot of people, they still do what they want to do. They're just as jacked up as what they were before. Why did you get married? If you're going to continue to run around and do the same thing, like, you have to understand that you are not the only person that's loyal and faithful. There's people out there. You have to get up and look, Lord, my husband is not here. My spouse is not here. We're not here to do the things we want. But I'm thanking you in advance. That's what Marvin Sapp was talking about. Praise him in advance.
Yeah.
I'm thanking you. I'm thanking you in advance. I'm telling you. It's all in you.
Right. The thing is, Creole, is that you attract you when you get down to it. So you attract your assumptions.
Mm-hmm.
What are you assuming about relationships? Because that's what you're going to experience.
Mm-hmm. Sierra talked about it, and people go, well, what was your prayer? She went from one of the most biggest narcissistic players of the game, also known as Future. And now she's got her Russell Wilson. And every time you turn around, she had her, and Future still got her name in the man. Why are you so mad? You didn't want her. You mad because she got away and did better. And she said, I saw myself doing better. She said, I didn't want to continue living that party life and getting into drugs and getting in trouble. I wanted to have a family, and I wanted a husband. I wanted them to be in line with this, and this. She said, it's when I decided. And people be like, well, what you mean? I've been deciding I wanted this, but what are your belief systems behind it?
Exactly. You have to examine you, examine the faith, examine yourself, and see if you be of the faith. Test yourself. Do you really know what you want? What does that look like? See, I didn't have to write no laundry list of the type of man that I wanted, because I knew what a good man was. Intelligence, my subconscious knew what that looked like, because I knew what I looked like. I knew what type of woman I was. I knew I was faithful, committed. I didn't play games. I'm also a provider, a nurturer, a giver. And so that's what I attracted into my world. And all I had to say to myself was, I deserve a good man.
And she said deserving. That's big, because a lot of people don't feel like they're deserving of the thing. Why you pray to God? Lord, I'm so grateful you did this, but I know I'm not deserving. You just canceled it. What you mean you not deserving? It's like you didn't accept it. Like, be accepting of what you want first. You have to accept that you're deserving of it, because I'm telling you, I have sat and applied for jobs. I ended up sitting down getting a case manager job, and they told me that they wanted a bachelor's degree, but I had 7 years of experience in case management. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to get a job. I don't care. I'm going to a line. This is what it's going to be. I'm going to bed. I'm going tonight. It wasn't long. I looked around. I put in about, I don't know, somewhere between 20 to 30 applications. If you're actively looking, I expect you to put in more than one application. I just said one of them going to give me a hit. I don't know. But whichever one is going to be perfect for me, and I'm going to enjoy my job. And it ended up being one of the case management roles where technically all I did was respond to emails all day with resources for people to need. And the job was paying me $90K a year.
Nice. Yep. You can have the life you want. I don't really have a lot of job stories, because once I came into the truth, I was done working.
Right.
I was done. I mean, I had little, side jobs or whatever, but I used to work for JP Morgan Chase when I got married to my husband. I came out of the corporate world or whatever. So like I said, I started a little side business with my friend. We was doing event decor, but she eventually, what's funny is that she told me, Toya, don't start it and then stop, and then she ended up doing that exact thing. Like a year later, she ended up saying she no longer wanted to do it. But here's the thing: is that she's a Hebrew Israelite, so she should have really knew that she couldn't really do the event decor. Right, because you can't do anything on Friday night until Saturday, from Friday to Saturday, sundown to sundown, right? You really can't do anything, and you're limited. You got these feast days and these Sabbath days that you got to honor, and you don't do Christmas. You don't do, you don't do a lot of stuff. So you knew you were limited. So why did you even, whatever? Again, we know we create these realities or whatever. And I probably had the mindset that, I really didn't want to do it by myself, wanted to do it with somebody else. And then, once she kind of stepped away, that wasn't my passion. That was just something I knew I could do. This is my passion. I love this. This is something I know I don't need another person's assistance to do. I know the truth. I know it's your mind that creates your reality. I know that the Bible is psychological truth.
It is.
The creative power is your mind. That is personification that we call God. We need to demystify God. Take God out of the sky. Take God out of the pedestal and recognize that God is your mind.
Right.
It's your imagination. It's not separate from you. That's why God is everywhere present, because everywhere you are, it is. You can't go anywhere without your mind. You can't see thought. No man has seen God.
None.
No man has ever seen a thought.
No.
We see the manifestations of it. We see, and manifest only means to what? To bring something to visibility. That's all.
That's
That's all
all. You just
manifestation is. It's to bring something into visibility, to make the unseen seen. And what's the unseen? The thought. You're
right.
thinking all the time. So you're creating and you're bringing that into your experience. You want to change your experience, you must change your thoughts. God is spirit. They that worship him must worship him in spirit and truth. You see the manifestations of God's creation through form. God desired form and became you, me. But we're not the body. What? We project the body, right?
correct.
We're spiritual. We're spiritual, having the human experience. Everything is within that's projected out. It appears. It only appears to be. What does things seem to be to you? Because whatever things seem to be to you, that's what it will be to you. So make it seem good.
Right. And what I need, when I keep seeing in the comments, if I had a switch, I will whoop everybody in these comments. And Mariah, I'm going to pick on you because you need it, because these seem impossible. I saw what you said. I'm reading you. I'm reading everybody's. What do you mean impossible? Didn't God tell you? I've told you, God, he tells you that he specializes in impossible. Like you're, how many more stories of chaos do I need to tell you that's been brought to my door? Like, do you want me to post my medical file so you can see the scans on where they told me that people did not beat the cancer that I had that was past stage 2? Mine's made it to 5 places. They gave me 3 to 8 months to live. That was in September of 22. That was September the 1st, 2022 was supposed to be my expiration date at the latest. And this looks like, what are y'all in? What, 2024? Isn't that what we're in today? Do you not hear my voice of me talking to you today? They told me it was impossible. They showed me the statistics. Like, I'm not getting frustrated, but what I'm trying to get you all to understand is whatever you pray for, stop looking at it as something bigger than you and impossible to reach. You put it on a pedestal. That's why you can't get it. It's too much to have this. I'm telling you, I have worked jobs where I know I wasn't supposed to get them. And people will look at me like my own mother was one of them. And she's no longer here, but she had the most negative attitude. And she was negative nasty about everything. And I had to get away from her and people, because when I went into my isolation season, that's when my faith and I ended up coming out of the shackles of what people had prayed. People think slavery was just based on something that happened over the years with our ancestors, but people don't even understand the true slavery was the mind. That's where the power, if they can control your mind and how you think and how you feel, that's why we date people that we love. And once they know that, that sometimes the wrong people will take that and use it against you, because they know the power of the mind. They know if they can get you in a certain space to believe that nobody will want you. I've heard women in stores and they say, where a man told my baby daddy told me, or my ex-husband told me nobody would want me because, hell, I was 400 pounds, or I had 4 or 5 kids. And they have come to meet people that love them. Like, if you watch the Tyler Perry movies, those are prime examples of how you can have faith. Like the Sheila and the Mike situation. I know we've all seen the movie with Sheila and Mike. What was her with
Why
Jill
did I get
Scott?
married? That was something like-
Why did I get married? And she had taken on the message behind Sheila was, look how she went from Mike. She was just like, I gave him everything. He drained my account. She met the love of her life. Look how that turned out. And Mike was trying to come back and get her, a diary of a mad bag woman. Helen said that she didn't believe that she would ever find love again. And then she met the Shamar guy. You know, the guy that had the braids. Look how that turned out. Not only did she end up in a better position, she ended up better where she had a nice job. She did well. She was happy. She had her own, and she had her love of life. She had a good ending because she accepted that's what it was going to be. And that's what Madea was preaching to her. Those are true facts.
Yeah, I just need a different storyline from Tyler. I'm tired of the black woman that picked wrong and
It's
has
the
to with
same.
some guy that's on the side that's been out for 10 years. It's the same storyline.
It is.
Can
It
we see
is. I get
something
it. But
different
I
from
was just using that as an example of
I
where
know
these
for those
people.
that look like us, can we get a better
Yeah.
can we get a better storyline? I'm just gonna need a better storyline. I'm sorry. I'm not a Tyler Perry fan, so
Oh, I'm not neither, but I got tired of the plays. I was
we
burnt out
need
with
to
the plays.
understand that yes, I get what you're saying about the examples, but we need to always
Right.
understand it begins and ends with us. We're the one choosing these people based on how we think about life. Once you think differently, you will experience something differently. There is never something outside of you that's the cause.
Correct.
Never. It's always what you think about life.
Yep.
You must change how you think about relationships if you want them to
Right.
be different.
Right.
Or else you're going to
Change.
keep experiencing the same thing overall. It's going to be the same person just with a different face. It's going to have the same attributes.
Yep.
And I know this to be true because my picker was off until I changed my mindset. Then I was able to bring in the right type of man.
Right.
That was all about family. That was all about commitment.
Right.
Because I changed what? Me.
You changed you.
I changed me.
What did Michael tell us?
Start with the man in the mirror.
Come on now, you knew it. You read it. That's the song. All the songs, and then you picked it. You knew exactly which one I was talking about. You have to start with the man in the mirror to change everything that's around you, because I'm telling you, if you continuously have that negative mindset that I can't have, let me tell y'all something that really pulled me out of poverty. When I started looking at people that had nice things and I was happy for them. Like, I'm going to tell you something. I was riding in a 99 Toyota Camry that had 2 dents in the ass. And it had been wrecked. I didn't care. I paid cash for it. It was my first little car in high school. But you know what? When I would pull up beside nice cars and Mercedes and stuff like that and things that I would see, I'd be like, that's nice. I'm going to give me one of them one day.
Yep.
That's nice. I like that. I like that. That right there. I like that new truck. I'm going to get it. It was when I attained it. And then the thing about it was, I didn't look at the people that were around me. The people that were in my family, they were all big on, you shouldn't do this. And if I had money, I would do this. Don't don't listen to what people tell you what you should be doing, where you should be living in. And putting limits and putting caps on you and what you should do. When I would see something, and then another thing that you can do when you're manifesting something. Let's say there's something that you want. And I'm just saying, because we all have different things that we want and we desire. And it's okay to have nice things.
Yep.
It is okay. It is okay. It is okay. It is okay. You don't have to listen to what people say, what they have accepted. You just don't. If you want you something nice, go get you something nice. Why not? Why not? We live in a country where they print the money. And all you have to do is decide when you want. There's more than enough for everybody. There is no limit on what you have. And I talk about money all the time because money fixes 99% of a lot of people's problems.
Yep.
That's why the biggest charge you can have outside of unaliving someone or, going into places and taking things that you're not supposed to will always be bribery. Because when they bribe you, what do they bribe you with? Money. It's something that you can get out and have. I know someone that got into some serious trouble for that, and he had federal time for bribery, but they couldn't charge him on anything else, but they got him for bribery. And what did he?
I don't know. Sometimes TikTok don't like you good.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes TikTok don't like certain words.
Right. Like what you have to understand, money is very important. I've seen people sit up and say that more money, more problems. Well, if you keep singing that Big and them back in the day, and that's what they said. That's what they talked about back in the day. More money, more problems. If you say the more money I get, the more problems I have. Now the more money I make, it makes something easy and correct another problem for me. That's what
I'm like more money, more options.
More
money,
options.
more options.
More options.
More money, more options.
More money mean I ain't gotta wait till I get paid to Friday to do what I want to do. If I want to do it today, I'm gonna go do it today. Like how y'all sit up and uplift and crack jokes with these people that Be careful with his name, real estate, because they flagging stuff with his name too. Don't even put his name in there. Don't even mention him, because he's trying to get everybody page and stuff blocked that mentions him in that case. It doesn't matter because he's caught, but we're gonna leave him alone. What I do is, anytime I want something and when I want to get better out of poverty, listen, when I would go in the store and people be like, oh, I put back a pack of chicken because this one says $11.68, but this one right here says $10. There's no reason for you. You're not going to say, get it. Right. I like McCormick's and I like Dale's and I like the good stuff to season my food. You ain't got to use the great value stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Use the good stuff, make your food. Why are you buying food? You are not. If you tired of eating out the $5 menu at McDonald's, then do something about it. Speak it. I'm so grateful. I started using her. I remember, which was what Neville said. I remember when I had to eat out the dollar menu. Now every time I turn around, what people eat for their birthdays once a year, I can eat that every day if I want to. I used it. It worked.
Yep.
Not saying that I will go eat there. Like, I'm no different. I like Raising Cane's. I like Zaxby's and stuff like that. I like Lenny's. But if I decide that I want to go to Ruth Chris, or if I want to go to Steak 48 or Fleming Steakhouse and get me a nice steak dinner, I can, because I decided that that's what I want to do. You told me you are an abundant God and you said I'm not going to be hungry. Okay, well, I have flavor and taste. This is what I want to do. Or I can go get it, or I can go buy it or cook it at the house. But I accepted that's what I want. I would see myself when I would look at the menu and I'd be like, you know what? When I get myself together, I'm going to be this, and this, and this.
Yep.
When my vision boards, I would look at them every night. I would put it right there in front at the foot of my bed. And when I wake up, I would see it. Not saying that's what made it happen, but it was a reminder of this is where I'm headed in my life. I want to travel. I want to meet new people. I want to learn new things, you know. You don't just have to look at it as money to pay bills. That's not what money is. When you pay your bills, look at your bills as this money that I just paid for my rent, my mortgage, or whatever. This money is going to help bless someone else, because this is a business. This is going to keep somebody else. Like, find a way to trick your mind to say something positive about rent. I see so many people complain about rent in the economy. Where in the word does it say anything about economy? The Lord is your shepherd. You lack nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember, these bills, you already enjoyed it anyway. You're enjoying the home. You enjoyed, you're driving the car.
Correct.
Everything that you put on that credit card, you got to enjoy. So why are we complaining now? You enjoyed it. Be thankful. Be grateful. It's really about perspective.
Perspective. How you see it is how you view it. And, you know,
the circle of life.
The comments, they're upset. I'm so tired of paying this rent. And then you get fired and you don't lost your job. Well, you spoke it into existence.
Mm-hmm.
You cut your money up. You things you say. You now you can't pay your rent. Now you're struggling to pay your rent. Every time when I was paying my rent, I'm so grateful I paid my rent. And then when I was struggling to pay it, then I got to the point to say, you know what? I'm so grateful that I have put all my bills on auto pay. You know, they say when you don't put all your stuff on auto pay, you done made it.
Right.
Huh?
Right.
I'm so grateful, because you know what happens when you put on auto pay. I'm so grateful that my bills are paid in full every month. I don't have a bill that hadn't got paid. You told me in the book of Deuteronomy, I am the head, not the tail.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I quoted when I wanted that job at that air conditioning company.
Yeah.
You told me I'm the head, not the tail. And guess what? Someone decided they wanted another job. Did nothing happen to that person. They didn't get fired. And when they moved, I was the next person. I was number 11. They only were taking 10. I ended up getting that position.
Mm-hmm.
I got moved up.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm telling you guys about real life things and real life situations. I shared this with you all to uplift you. These are my testimonies. I'm telling you. People say, well, every time we talk, we're talking about money. What can you do without it? Go tell the light company you ain't got no money.
Right.
Huh?
Because you want to show yourself how easy it is.
It is. And that's something that a lot of people stress about.
Right. Like I won $500 from a free lottery ticket. The Illinois lottery gave me a free ticket and I won $500 from it.
Hello.
You will be shown how easy it is for money to come into your experience.
Mm-hmm. This is something that I want all of you all to start saying before you go to bed at night. I am so grateful now that I know it's not difficult to live a life of comfort. I am so grateful now that I know it is not hard for money to come to me. I am so grateful now that I know what it is to feels like to have extra money to go shop and spend and do extras and help somebody else. And I'm telling you, being a cheerful giver, well, if you told me you love our cheerful giver, that means you're going to bless me that I'm able to help someone else. You said I am the lender or not the borrower. These are in the words.
Yep.
So where does that come from, being in the negative? Like if you keep saying every time I pay my bills, I'm in the negative. I ain't got enough. I ain't got this. Well, keep saying it. When I was in the negative, I was saying I was wealthy. I kid you not.
Yep.
I have been that person digging through the change in my car trying to find money to go get me a burger from McDonald's. I have been that person. I'm real with you. I'm not going to sit up and lie and say, I got out of those situations, and all of those were going on because I lack money. And I said, wait a minute, you said you my shepherd, I lack that. What's going on with what did rent get behind for? Huh?
Yep.
What the light company talking about, I got an X amount of day for a lights get cut off. You said I am the lender, not the borrower. Why am I having to call folks to pay my bills? Hello? You blessed me with this, and I know you're gonna bless me to keep it. I evidently was for me because I called in this and I prayed and it came. So I'm believing that word on what you said. I lack nothing.
Yep.
When I got so big, I got so big one time. I went to a family member's house and I really adore her, and she teaches these same principles. But people say she crazy. It's not that simple. It's not that simple. Yes, it is. She's the black sheep in the family. She's the one that got away from everybody. She's the one that's woke. She's also the one that's doing the best. And that's why I try to tell people, look at the people that are talking.
Mm-hmm.
Look at who they're talking about. 9 times out of 10, the ones that are doing the talking are not doing as well as the person that they're talking about, because they have a limiting belief on what cannot be done. You made it and are able to make it because you have the mindset that I can have it. Go for it. Go get it. If you want it, go get it. Huh?
Right. Markel, the way you deal with the doubting thoughts is just as Creole is talking. She's speaking the word. She's counteracting the doubt with the word. Reminding herself, I'm the head and not the tail. I'll be the lender and not the borrower. I'm supposed to live an abundant life. You said that my life, that I came to have life and that more abundantly. That my joy shall be full. How my joy gonna be full and I'm struggling?
Yep.
No. You have to speak the word over your life, and not necessarily saying you have to use scripture. Right. That's what we're doing, because now I know not everybody knows, biblical, the scriptures, but speaking the positives of what you want to see in your world. That's how you combat the doubt and the fear, reminding yourself that, yes, I'm supposed to be living good. I'm supposed to be healthy. I'm supposed to be wealthy. I'm supposed to feel good about my life. I'm not supposed to be struggling. Reminding yourself of those things. You have to speak life over yourself.
Well, sometimes it's how we're looking at things. We're looking for things to turn overnight, and they're not always guaranteed to turn overnight. They can. Sometimes we're expecting things when we pray, okay, I want this, and this to transpire. It very well can, but at the same time, if your subconscious beliefs don't match what your conscious beliefs or what you're saying, that can be the block. Because like I tell people, there is no block. You create your own blocks.
Yeah.
Why is it not shifting? It is. What you have to understand is the 3D has to catch up to the 5D. And if you're spitting more out there saying that it's not shifting, then it's not going to shift. You have to give things a time. Like sometimes things will come to you in 24 hours, and it's because it was supposed to happen for you in that 24 hours because you had belief and faith and did. But what I'm trying to get you all to understand is sitting up and worrying and stressing yourself about something, there is no reason. That's why I quote where we're getting the information from and how we've used it to implement it in our lives to improve our lives. Mm-hmm. Like if people tell you, it takes a while to learn how to play blackjack. I didn't get good at it. It took me several years to get good at it. Well, it only took me 6 months. Mm-hmm. Because I affirm everything. I don't care what it is. I affirm, and I put God in everything. I don't make no moves without God. Like I would do something as simple as when I go to the restroom and say, you know what? I keep seeing, every time I turn around, I'm passing one of these DaVita clinics they're putting up because so many people having kidney failure. I'm grateful that mine's work.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned to be grateful for the little things. Like we'll
Mm-hmm.
always sit up and complain, but what you have is someone's everyday prayer on what they wish they could have, and they can't get there because the limits they have put on themselves. At some point, something you prayed, you believed it because you have it.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm just being honest. I've seen people say, well, they Capital One called me and told me because I didn't make the payment at this due time, they're going to send out the record truck to come get it. And I don't know how I'm going to be able to come up with this money because then I can't go to work. And I'm telling you, something happened. She was like, I filed my taxes, but I won't have the money in time, so it's just going to be a loss. She checked her checking account a couple of days later and the money fell.
Mm.
And it was more than what she thought she was going to get back.
Yep.
But I'm
Yep.
telling you, that anxious and that worry and that fear is really coming from the feeling of the unknown.
Mm-hmm. Because you want to know how.
You want to know how. And that's when I know when you're stressed, because you want to know how. And that's why I was trying to tell you all. I didn't know how. I didn't think that it was going to be, the chemo medicine that was going to heal me. I didn't think there was going to be the radiation. I didn't think nothing. I just knew it was going to. They sent me home for 6 weeks because my blood counts were too low. If your blood counts are too low, they would not give you the treatment. Like your blood counts have to be back up. And if they're not, they won't do the treatment. And every time I would go twice. And I was just like, regardless of what they tell me, I'm healed.
Yep.
Regardless of what they say, I'm healed. I don't care about how ugly those scans look. I don't care about how my body feels. I am healed.
Yep.
And that's what I accepted. That's what I went to sleep. I would go home. I would watch my favorite shows. I would soak my feet because my feet will swell, from the treatment. Just side effects. Medicine has its side effects. But the thing about it is, I did not accept that what that was. I continue to thank God every day. I'm grateful. I even got to the point and I started speaking against the side effects. And I was just like, you know what? I'm tired of my doggone feet hurting every day. This finna stop. God, I'm thanking you for that. I'm able to get around on my feet and I'm able to do the things that I need to do, because it made it nearly impossible to do things like trying to stand up and take a shower. It was painful standing up on my feet, getting out of bed, putting my weight on my feet first thing in the morning, or some of the medicine have you where it pushes out fluids, and I would be back and forth. And I was just like, it's 25 feet from my bed to my bathroom in my room and to get to the other side of the room. And it's just like, that's a long way to go with my feet. And I started telling myself I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Push through. You can do it, because one day you're not going to feel this no more. One day you're not going to feel this pain in your feet. Kiara, get up and go. Do it.
Yep. Yep.
With God, because God is in me, I cannot fail. I got up before I walked across that floor, and it was like the pain didn't hurt me as bad as it did to walk my feet. I actually jetted across the floor. And I had the biggest smile. I was so happy, you all, and I was crying. And I keep talking about it, and I'm not making this about me, but I'm telling you how I have implemented what she is teaching on her life. I implemented and put it in my life. I applied it. It was when I decided in my mind that I was going to be able to do it. And I looked up and look, I used to have a table full of medication for nausea medicine, pain medicine, anxiety, all these different things they would give me. And I was just like, I'm not finna keep taking this stuff. And I'm gonna come back for my 1 year update every year for them to check. And when I come back every year, I don't care if it's 50 more years in a row, you ain't gonna find nothing, because I said it's not going to be there.
Yep.
Now I hate to get ugly, but some of y'all need to learn to be some assholes when it comes to yourself.
Yep.
Okay. I ain't accepting nothing, but listen. I don't care about how hard you said it. That ain't got nothing to do with you.
Yep. Yep.
That has nothing to do with you. Every time they would stick me in that port, I'm healed.
Yeah. Every time that bill collector call is paid. Every time that bill collector call is paid. All expenses paid. I ain't got nothing to worry about. I don't care. They can call 20 times a day.
Hello.
The bill is paid.
Huh?
You gotta start speaking to your situation. Don't be scared to talk to yourself.
Hello.
Be bold. Be bold. Stop accepting things you don't want to experience. It does take courage. You got to speak up. Speak up for yourself. Speak the way you want your life to be. Be bold. Be confident. God gonna do it because it's already done. It's just you have to trust that it's already. The moment you asked, I answered. While you were yet speaking, I did appear. So the moment you asked, the moment it couldn't even get out your mouth good enough, the answer was there. Now it takes faith. Now it takes trust. Now it takes knowing. Now it takes being still. Be still. Be anxious for nothing, but in all things, through prayer and supplication, thanksgiving, make your requests known to God. Make your requests known. It's already done. All expenses paid. It's all done. Be bold, y'all. Bold. Be bold when you come before the throne of grace. And grace is what? The free gift. We're not earning nothing. You're not trying to prove worthiness. It's because of who you are. You get to have whatever you say. And that's enough. Because of who you are, you get to have it.
Hello, the Lord is my shepherd, and I lack nothing. Lack nothing. What does the word nothing? Where do you look at? And this is why I tell some people have a hard time with, and I tell them it's nothing wrong with it. Go to the Dollar Tree. Go get you a piece of paper, something to write on. Where do I lack in my life? Okay, what's going on in my life? What will fix this problem? And when people say more money, more problem, this is what you do. Listen. Start being grateful that I started telling God, I thank you that the problems that have been coming up in my life, they can be resolved by money. Because we've been taught to look at money in a negative connotation when it's something you have. It's a tool that's needed through life to just survive. Not even so much just to have nice things, but just to survive.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you. When my bills were $2,000 a month, I was thanking God for $10,000 a month in income. I did not short myself. How you an abundant God and I'm your child and I'm struggling. That ain't how that work.
Right.
Huh? Seek first the kingdom of God, and the word tells you that the kingdom of God is in you. So what's the issue? You don't have. He said you have not because you ask not. Like y'all just want stuff to just be right there in your face. If you don't ask for and request it, you're not going to get it. Closed mouths don't get fed. Stop thinking that means two people. Go to God. God is in you.
Yeah.
The Lord's my shepherd, and I lack nothing. If you go in your closet and you be like, I ain't got enough. I ain't got enough clothes in here, and I'm wearing the same 3-4 pair of jeans. Okay, lack nothing. If you want more, ask for more.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with having more, especially when it's something that you use and have on a regular. Listen, I went to a lady house. She's got 3 refrigerators in her house, and she's a Jewish lady. Her name is Barbara.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a little older lady, and I adore her so much because the principles on what we're speaking today, they live by those same principles. When have you ever seen a broke Jew? You will never find one because they're taught in their mind, they have been consciously programmed that we're going to always have money and do well. That's how they are.
Yep. Now it's time for us to subconsciously do
Correct.
this for ourselves. What does Malachi 3:10 say? Prove me now herewith and see if I will not open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that you do not have room enough to receive. Give and it shall be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over shall men give unto your bosoms.
Yes.
It's supposed to be an overflow. It ain't God just enough. It's right. God more than enough. What
did she say? More than enough. You hear that? He's an abundant God. People say, oh, my baby don't need nothing else. That child don't want for nothing. She got more toys and stuff and everywhere. She don't need. Your life can be the same way with anything.
Yeah.
Hello? Still, you got to be selfish. My baby's not want for nothing. All my bills are paid. God would not allow a life to come into this world by mistake. There is no mistake. You were supposed to be here and them babies were too, regardless of what the situation was. A child would not come into this world and be hungry with God's word and name being put behind it. It's impossible. Mm-hmm. It's impossible to pray for something to work out for you in your favor and it does not work out. That's not possible.
Yep.
It is impossible to call out to God and to pray and speak for something and it not to come, whether you do it good or bad. But my thing with you always is to find a reason to use it something positive. Stop looking for stuff to go wrong. Well, the people said it's hard to get on at this job. What they got to do with you? Oh, it's hard to get on at their company. What does that have to do with you?
Yeah. What does that
Hello.
have to do with you? Claim it. Don't be
I
scared
got
to claim
rejected
it.
for a job today. Should I revise or keep living in the end of already? Keep living. Just because you didn't get that particular job, that may not be what's for you. See, God will intervene in with you where you can get what's best for you. See, you may very well get that job, but it may be with another company, same job, and there may be higher pay, or there may be something easy for you to do with more money. You have to keep your mind open to the good. Stop
Yeah.
looking at that. Stop looking at your situation from that. The economy, because I know that's something that's frightening to everyone right now. They're looking at the economy. The word doesn't say anything about the economy. He did not say in his word you will be in a position where you will lack nothing when the economy is thriving. He said lack nothing. He never said a time. You just keep your mind on them deposits hitting into your checking account, okay? Stop putting limitations on God. Correct. There is no limit. There is no limit. I'm going to tell you something. When I finally got to the point where I started thanking God. I said, I am so grateful now that I can swipe my checking account, swipe my debit card to pay for my groceries. And I'm not upset because I don't spend $500 or $600 when it was just me. And the Barbara lady that I'm referring to that had the 3 refrigerators, I had got me a refrigerator that was strictly for water and stuff like that. And the other one was for food. And when I saw that she had a refrigerator in her room, I decided I wanted one too. I went and got me a little minute. I wasn't player hating. I'm happy. Oh God, this is what you can do. That's when you see people blessed, look at them and be like, oh, you can do that? Okay, well, I need this, this, and this, and this. That's why you get excited when you see people blessed and have things.
Yeah, like when we wanted a refrigerator for our garage, we were thinking about buying a new one, but it was like it's just a garage, so we kind of just left it alone. My neighbor wanted my husband to help work on his car, and I guess it was for his parents. They had a refrigerator that they no longer needed, and they ended up giving it to us for free. And it worked for over like a year and a half. We just had to replace it, but we was able to replace it for only $100 on Facebook Market. So we still didn't have to like go and, spend a whole lot of money on it. And this one is even better than the one that was given for free. It's a really nice refrigerator for $100. Really nice for the garage.
Oh, you can get some nice. You ain't got to always spend money for nice things. You can be gifted. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
What's his name? Jim Carrey. He mentioned how he wanted the bike and his family didn't have the money. And somebody entered his name into a raffle and he ended up getting the exact bike he wanted within a couple of weeks. And see, that's what I be trying to tell y'all. You don't have to wait years and stuff and years. You got the importance of to keep going through life and to keep speaking is because it has to come. It has to come. See, what we do is we've gotten so used and conditioned to speak and pray for what's going wrong. Like, it's okay to speak and draw in positive things. Like, you don't have to only pray when something goes wrong and look and expect for things because those situations have turned around. But I'm telling you, it is okay to live a life of being fruitful. It is okay. It is okay. You not eating is not going to make the world be full.
Yeah.
You having millions of dollars to your name. Okay, somebody got smart with me one time with just like, it's easier for you to say because but guess what? I didn't come from a mom that had a whole lot of money. My mom had the mindset on you got to go get in hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. You got to get a bachelor's with a minor in this. You got to get a major. You got to go to private college. You got to do this. How you going to make money? And the crazy thing about it is I have always made more money than her and she had all those big degrees. Because I understood that it was okay to accept money and make good jobs and get jobs without having those degrees. It does not mean that you can't have them, but people cry more about paying for student loans than they do their rent and their mortgage. I don't care what you say. People cry more about them student loans. They have been mad at the man that's running this country. They have been more hot at him about these student loans, about people not being forgiven. and sending money to other countries. And I know y'all see it on social media. Everybody knows somebody that's crying about student loans because they did not make the money that they thought, because that's what we were conditioned to do.
Yep.
Money can come to you from different revenues. You do not always have to look at it as, I have to get the 9 to 5. And she tells y'all this all the time. You don't have to. You got people that are living well that haven't worked in years. Because God is a way maker. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. Okay, that means this light bill gonna get paid. Okay, I ain't got the money to pay it, but I need that extra $300. And I know you gonna bring it to me because I know you have a way to do so.
Yeah.
I manifested my hello. I am so grateful. Let me tell you what you say about that. I am so grateful that my loans have been forgiven.
Yes.
I am so grateful. Thank him. Just if you don't have to get big and fancy. The word tells you ain't have to do these 79-mile prayers. The
I
word
know,
tells
right?
you that. Does it not? Just say
You will
what it
not
is
be
and get to the
heard for
point.
your much speaking.
Hello. Am I not been? I'm telling you, I done read the word. I have learned it. Get to the point. Get to the point. All this other stuff you talking about, get
Yeah.
to the point. When
Get
you're
to the
manifesting
point.
what you want, get to the point. Okay, you want that new S550, you want that 2000, see yourself riding in it. See yourself going to the gas station to put gas in it. Start
Yeah.
telling yourself, oh, Mercedes don't send me an email. It's time to get up there and get my big baby to get an oil change. Huh? Call it to you. Huh? I
Yeah.
saw this nice furniture I want. Okay, stop looking at the side. We've been taught, look at the logic. If you stay on the reality and logical, that means you're gonna stay looking at the situation. You're not looking for that come up in that space for it to be out to work with what you want to have. If you keep believing this is where you're gonna be, that's where you're gonna be. Like there's an R&B artist by the name of Kim. Yes, I love Kim. Y'all know Kim, the artist Kim. The guy
Oh, yeah.
Kim with the
Okay.
bald
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
Love is calling
Yeah.
your name.
Yeah.
I know Kim was homeless. He said, and I kept telling people that one day people gonna hear my music on the radio. Look how big Kim is. I love Kim.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
but
spoke it in that.
and everyone should be as an inspiration, right? Because the law is no respect of persons. Everyone have access to it, but you
Right.
do get to choose how you're going to use your mind. You do get to choose the thoughts you're going to think. All
Correct.
this time you have been using them unwisely, unknowingly, unconsciously. But now you're going to be a deliberate creator, a conscious creator. You're doing it on purpose now. Now you know why you're doing it. Now you know why you're thinking it. Now you know why you're saying it. Yes.
That's true. You can have it. And listen, I ain't saying nothing wrong with Toyota, nothing wrong with Camry. I like Camry. All of those are nice. But if that's what you want, it does not make you it does not make you any further person. I know people that have plenty of money and they're miserable. They unhappy. They're unhappy. And I'm telling you something. That's why you have to make sure. I'm always thanking God for something. Lord, I'm so grateful. Even though my bills are paid and everything is on auto and I'm not hurting for anything financial, I'm still grateful. I say this. I'm grateful that you continue to allow me to have the things that I need. I'm grateful that you are being true to your word. You said you're a God that does not lie. You said you're a God that's subject. That means you got me. Everything is going to work out. I'm not worried about it. I've already accepted that belief that no matter how bad the situation looks, it's going to work out in my favor. And that's what I need for you. Start getting excited about what's going to happen. When you state what you want, get excited about it. It's going to happen.
Yep.
And if you don't know what to do, sometimes I tell people start affirming. I am so grateful now that I found out that everything always works in my favor. Because what's going to happen if you keep saying it's going to, the same way you say, I'm going to have a good day. I don't care what nobody say. You can have a good day.
Yep.
But we look at things to be something that's above us and outside of God. Like, why do you think that you can't have something nice? Okay, you may be taking orders in the line of drive through Taco Bell, but once again, that does not mean you can't live in a nice $500,000 and $600,000 home and have a nice home that you can comfortably afford. Because once again, you don't know where your blessings are going to come through. You may get blessed where somebody may come through there. We have these undercover bosses. I've seen so many of those shows where, and they're true, where they go in and they bless people. Like, I just saw one the other night where a young lady got blessed where he gave her 2 of her own franchises. So her
Yeah.
income is up, and now her and those babies don't have to worry. But it came from, she had just said, I had been praying. I didn't know when it was going to happen or how it was going to happen. But I love the company, and this company has done me well, and I really didn't want to leave, but I didn't know if I would be able to make more. But I've been praying for a breakthrough. I've been speaking it. I've been claiming it. When she said claim it, I turned around. I was in the kitchen cooking. I stopped what I was doing. I was in the middle. You know it's serious when you hungry and you don't stop chewing with your food in your mouth and you turn around and look. She said, I claimed it.
Yep. Yeah.
She said,
Anything can be
I
changed.
wanted better for me, and I believed that it would happen. I didn't know how and when. She said, but I just continued. She said, and I looked around and I was blessed. You don't know how your stuff is going to work for you. Sometimes you have to sit back and look at yourself and be like, what am I doing wrong? Why are things continuing? Because you created it, whether you want to hear it or not.
Yep.
If you've been surrounded by closed-minded people who have the idea that continuously want to be negative all the time about everything, guess what? You're a sponge. If you were a child in that environment, you're going to soak it up.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And I had times where I affirmed things, and I'm going to be real with you, I didn't believe, and they still came into fruition for me. And I've heard a lot of people say that in the spiritual community, you know. I didn't know what to do, and it took me a while to get here, but that's why I'm being real with you. People say the emotions, if you think negative, it's instantly not going to happen. Well, it's not, because that's what you told yourself. I thought negative about my situation one time, my problem, and it's not going to happen. If you continue to tell yourself it's not going to happen.
Right. And just remember, the negative people are not other than you. They're reflections of you. So here's the thing. This is what I mean by that. So if you're desiring life to be different, but you are nervous about it, you're worrying about it, you're fearful about it, when you start talking about it with other people, they're just going to confirm your doubts, fears, and negativity.
Reflect it back to you.
So either have faith when you're sharing it, or keep it to yourself. Because if you don't have the strong enough faith to share it, when you do share it, you're just going to hear all of the fear and doubt you're already thinking. And it's just being mirrored back to you.
Yep.
So if you're going to share your desires, the things that you're manifesting with other people, make sure you have the faith that it doesn't matter what other people think. If you're looking for validation for your desire, you're not going to find it.
Yep.
You're never going to find it. You better know that you know that you know. Or keep it to yourself.
Yep.
Get your thoughts under control. Get your beliefs under control. Do what you need to do to convince yourself that you already have it through gratitude, appreciation, thanksgiving. That's what prayer is. Meditation is about quieting the mind, stilling the mind, and becoming one with the desire. That's the point of meditation. That's why you got to get quiet. You got to get to know yourself. You got to talk to yourself.
Don't feel crazy. I talk to myself all day long. And they say, as long as you don't answer, you got to answer yourself, because God is you. You answering yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. I got this going on. What I'm going to do? I ain't going to worry about it. I ain't gonna worry about it. They say it took, when I stayed in my condo, they were just like, oh, it takes them a while to fix everything, and every time this happens, it get cold, this happens. So every time it storms, with power go out. My power didn't ever go out.
Right.
Something as simple as that, you can speak it. You have that much power. I'm telling you, you can. If you want to start with something small, if you're having trouble on your job, build yourself up. It's okay. I had to do it. I'm not going to tell you I've always been perfect and 100% believer.
All right. We have the neighbor to live next door.
I had to grow. I had to grow as my own person, because life gave me my own situations. And my own situations, I started putting and applying the word and believing in it, and it started happening.
Yep.
And that's how it is. And it was just like, I don't want to be the person that's got to bother people. I don't want to be the person that struggles. I don't care what statistics say about this race or this zodiac sign. This that ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't got nothing to do with me. And I'm trying to get you all to understand they don't have nothing to do with you.
Right. When people start saying we,
who is we? Who is we?
Who are you talking about? I don't know nothing about us. What you mean us? I don't know nothing about that. None of my business.
Start acting like how Debo acted towards them, how he would be a bully to life. Be it push things out that you don't want, speak against it.
Exactly.
Who's struggling? Who checking accounts in the negative? Who bills ain't paid on time? Mine is.
Right, Mariah. I'm fluent in French, but not your French. Right. No, No.
And I'm French. I'm from Louisiana. We speak
Right.
French. I'm Creole, and I'm gonna tell you. we can be polite assholes, and we are. Be polite. Be look, you baby, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I heard that you say that I can't get that job because I ain't got no naughty, but I'm finna show you something. I'm gonna get on and get that job. That's my job. I claimed it's mine.
Yeah.
And they looked around and they saw me in training. Surprise! What did I tell you?
They like, wait, what?
Girl, you making me a whole bully. Oh, be a bully. Beat them problems up with your words. That ain't got nothing. I don't care that they said the damn lights finna get cut off. It's gonna work out. Something gonna happen with the system, and they probably gonna forget it. The system ain't gonna see that it's off. Listen, you have to start being delusional. Surprise!
Yeah.
I started telling myself, I told you it was gonna work out, Kiera.
That's it.
I told you it was gonna work out, girl. Them folks didn't know what they was talking about. Listen.
Yeah.
It's gonna work out. It's gonna work out. But you have to speak it. You have to call your blessings to you. And I started getting to the point. Everything was grateful. I'm grateful for all the finances that I have lost and that I missed because I thought ill against it. That's another thing that I noticed my finances turned around. That gratitude, I'm telling you, is so important. People find more time to be complaining, and that's negative.
Yep.
That doesn't fix the situation.
Pushing it away. Yep. Pushing it away.
You pushed it away. And if you speaking against it, every time I turn around, it's something. Okay. You looking for it to go wrong. The word says seeking you should find. You knocked on the door for trouble then.
Yep. Consciousness, your subconscious doesn't know no. All it knows is what you're giving your attention to. What are you focused on? What are you talking about? You're talking about how bad things are, how much life is a struggle, how it's hard, things are difficult. That's what you're creating. You're manifesting that. All it takes is a changed mind. Be mindful. Pay attention to your words. Pay attention to your thoughts because they literally are creating your reality. It really is as simple as that. I know we want to make it more difficult. It's not. It's really that simple. Oh, we lost her. But that was good, y'all. That was good. That was awesome. I know you all enjoyed Creole. I know you all enjoyed the guest. I know you all did because I did. That was amazing. And if all we can do is apply. That's the only way you know. That's the only way you can prove it to yourself. Once you decide to change your mind and be diligent, be persistent, stop paying attention to circumstances, stop giving validity to the 3D. Throughout all of her testimonies, her success stories, she ignored the 3D. Even when things seemed to get worse. When she was experiencing her illness, right? Things got worse before they got better. They told her that it had spread throughout her body. But she continued to speak the word. She continued to speak healing. She said, nope, I don't care what they say. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't care. Even when she experienced side effects, she decided to say, nope, I'm not going to experience side effects. This is a true testament to when you are diligent. Without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and he is a rewarder of them that what? Diligently seek after him. You got to be diligent about this thing. Brazen impudence is what one of the gospel stories tell you. You must persist. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, man. Yes, Rain. Yes. Yes, it definitely was awesome. Awesome. It was definitely wonderful. Every time she comes on, the couple of times she graced us with her presence. Definitely inspiring, definitely encouraging. Now you see that there is no limitation, right? There's no limitation to manifestation. All things are possible to them that believe. So yes, belief is necessary. She did not let go of faith when things seemed to not be going her way. The things that she was desiring to manifest. An application, her techniques is vision board and scripting, right? You find what works for you, what resonates with you, and lean into that. Be faithful to that. Imagine yourself differently. And don't let circumstances get in the way. When doubt and fear come up, use the word. Use your word. Just speak the word. Nope, it's already done. It's already done. It's already done. Or thank you. Thank you for the answered prayer. Thank you for the solution. Thank you for the answered prayer. Thank you for the solution. Because I know not everybody knows scripture. Yes, I will use scripture. Creole will use scripture, but it's not necessary. You can just speak the word positively. Whatever words that come to your mind that says what you've asked for, you already have. So what do you do when you receive a gift? You say thank you. You say thank you for the gift. And if that's all you can muster up, if that's all you can muster is thank you, say that. That's what prayer is. Prayer is about thanksgiving, being thankful, appreciative, grateful. If that's all you can think of, thank you. Thank you. It's not required for no long, drawn out prayer. That's not what's going to move mountains. It's faith that moves the mountain, not how long of a dialogue you have. I know, right, LaShanta? Yes, a creative gangster. I love that. Hey, Creole, you're back. Okay. Yes, all is possible. Yep, definition. That's it. You either believe in for it or against it. Might as well lean into it, right? It's already done. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you guys. My 3-hour tour has come to an end. Think I'm gonna go ahead and get up off of here. It's been 3 hours. I thank you all so much. This has been an awesome live. It has been wonderful, inspiring, encouraging. That we all got something that we can apply to our life. Yes. Yes, a 3-hour tour. Yes. Yes. I go live just about every day. I'll be back on around the same time tomorrow. Every now and again, I take a night off, but I go live most days. So, yes. Yes, yes. Again, thank you, Creole, for blessing us with your testimonies, your success stories. You've been truly an encouragement to all of us. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I know, right, Mariah? No, I go earlier on Thursday. I'll probably come on about between 2 or 4 Central Standard Time. I'll just be on early on Thursdays. That's all. But yes. And as I always depart, beloved, I pray above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. Thank you guys for the gifts, for the follows, for the likes. Yes, thank you. Almost at 25,000 likes. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it, you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you tomorrow. Happy manifesting. Oh, we got to 25K. Yay. Yes. All right, guys. Catch you next time.